Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Boss Babe Business Show. This is episode 168. Thank you all so much for your support, your subscriptions. I truly appreciate everyone. And I just want to wish you all a happy Thursday. So, this evening, we're going to be doing what we always do. Good evening, Charlie. Thank you for joining. Happy Thursday. We're going to be doing what we always do, which is showcasing wonderful small businesses. I'm so excited to talk about their mission. So excited to put different entrepreneurs in front of you because, as I always say, you never know who's in your own backyard. So that's what we're going to be doing. I am the host. I'm also the owner of Boss Bay Blog, NBC.Click, Tech Aesthetics, Anotherness Boutique. Two of my very, very popular and trending businesses right now are Boss Bay Blog and NBC.Click. If anyone does not already know about those brands, NBC.Click helps entrepreneurs with branding. So if you need websites, if you need social media, flyers, templates, if you need business consulting and coaching, whether you're looking for it monthly, weekly, those are all options that we provide through NBC.Click. And then bossbayblog.com is a marketing brand. So we assist you with advertising, promoting, broadcasting your business, but it's also a brick by brick experience. It's a white glove marketing experience. So if you're someone that needs help with, how do I get more momentum? How do I elevate my business overall, the presentation? How do I change the positioning of my brand so that when people see me, they're not just seeing me as an individual, they're seeing my products or my services as a brand that they should go and shop with. So I'm not just selling based off of you should buy from me, but also you should buy because I'm providing a specific solution. So if you're an entrepreneur that is needing assistance with positioning, this is the place that you want to be. A little bit of information about our directory. It is a small business directory. It's worldwide now because initially we started off with US based businesses. Now we have brands in different parts of the world like France, different parts of Africa. So it's really cool to see how we've just grown and exploded because people do love small businesses. Now, the majority of our shoppers are based in the US. However, we still have products and brands that, they kind of service not just in the US. So I would say nationwide, but also worldwide for people that are wanting to advertise their business to US shoppers. Now, on top of that, we focus on group economics, which means spending our money, circulating our dollars within our community. We're very big on diversity because I really truly believe that you never know how you can be a light to someone else, even if you don't completely relate to them. So we have so many different personalities, so many different professionals of all different walks of life in our directory, different religious backgrounds, different political beliefs and views. And I just think it's really important because even if I don't believe what you believe, if I know someone who is passionate about what you believe in that could bring a positive impact to your life, then I will be doing a service. And so that's initially where I started with that, but it has grown into something so much bigger, which is the concept that closed mouths don't get fed. You never know who could be helping you, who's right next to you or in a different state, but providing the services or the solutions that you're looking for. And so now we have a community where people are able to really lean on each other. We have book publishing, LacoleSmith.com. If you're needing to publish your books, if you're wanting a place to advertise your books, if you just want to be interviewed about your books, if you want a segment on one of her shows in her community about your books or about your business, we have life coaching provided by Tiffany. So Tiffany is a newer member of our directory based out of Wisconsin, and she provides life coaching for leaving toxic relationships, not just romantic relationships, but work relationships, family, friendship. Those can also be toxic as well. We have financial consultants like LeslieSpeaks.net. If you head on over to Leslie Speaks, her website, but also you can check her out on our directory, you'll notice that she provides one-on-one financial consulting as well as group financial consulting. We have other professionals like Stephanie, our boss of the year for 2026. And she is also a financial educator. So there's just so many different areas in our directory where you can be getting support, insight, resources, even if you're not at a place where you're ready to shop yet, whether that be because you want to do more research and make sure it's the right fit, or if it's just because financially you're not at that space. They still have tons of resources and communities that you could be joining to get empowered and network with other people. So essentially, we have created a beautiful small business ecosystem. And if you are someone that is needing that support, head on over to bossbayblog.com. Like I've said in my interview earlier on Lacole's show, we do have a process that's very simple and straight to the point. So if you are wanting to apply, you want to skip the discovery call because you've already heard of us and you're just wanting to find out if you're a great fit, then you're just going to go straight to fill out an application. If you aren't sure yet, you want to ask questions, you have, a couple things you want to learn about, you want to book a free discovery call. You're going to sit down with one of my membership specialists, Felicia, Tiffany, or Nicole, two of which happen to be members of our directory. All three happen to be members of my Facebook communities, or found me somewhere on Facebook social media. So they all have a different level of experience in our communities, our resources, and they all understand what our memberships entail. And their job isn't to sell you on a membership, it's just to give you more information and answer any questions that you may have to help you decide if this is something you're interested in. And if you decide that you are, you can go and fill out an application. And after filling out that application, we're able to review that. And I will know from that application whether or not you would be an ideal client for Boss Babe Blog, and if I would be able to bring that value at the rate that I'm ready to bring it for your business. So that's what that process looks like. And if you're someone that maybe you're starting out, I want all entrepreneurs to know, regardless of where you're starting, we may have some flexibility for you, because I know that for a lot of entrepreneurs, this is our baby, but it's also our heart and soul, because we're funding this business on our own. It wasn't like someone came and said, hey, here's $1 million, promote your brand. You had to work really hard to get there. And either you got grants or you've applied for grants. Maybe you haven't gotten them yet. So everybody's funding status is different. My focus is on if you're an ideal client first. So you fill out the application, and if you are an ideal client and you are needing assistance with a payment plan that makes sense for your funding for your business right now, we can work through that, because what's most important is that we're going to be able to bring value to each other. So with that being said, if you are interested, you can head to bossbabeblog.com. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate you. Shout out to Charlie Shops. She's also a wonderful member of our directory that does custom gift baskets. So I appreciate that, Charlie. It's been really cool. And you guys will see more about some of our international members. I just recently did a blog interview with one of our members who is based in France, but now I believe is in Thailand, or has transitioned, or, transferred to a different place, but she services worldwide. And she does a form of life coaching as well for women to help them slow down and take a deep breath as they're transitioning in their jobs, at work, and just understand the value of their peace over trying to be of value to other people. So, yeah, thank you. I appreciate you. All right, so let's go ahead and get into these interviews. I'm really excited. If you guys have questions, drop them in the chat. The links to all these wonderful professionals are listed on this video already, and we're streaming on Facebook, Instagram, Twitch. But if you're wanting to be a part of the conversation and you want me to see your comments, you want to head on over to our Instagram page. So let's start off with our first interviewee of the evening, and that is going to be lovely entrepreneur who is a verified member of our directory. I've known this entrepreneur for quite some time now. She's come down to our Soft Girl Sunday events. She's based all the way out of Louisiana, and she's all about sharing your voice. So let's bring her on. Hello.
Hello,
Hello,
hello.
hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I promise I won't act up. Lacole just interviewed me, guys, on another show. It was interesting. How did you feel about it?
It was good. It was really good.
That
Yeah.
was a pause. Okay, so first off, welcome. Happy Thursday. I'm glad we could have you on, Lacole. Did you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Lacole Smith. I'm the CEO and founder of AL Publishing and Consulting, LLC, and I am happy to be here. It's been a minute. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you. I love the background, love the sunflowers. We see you rocking the Juneteenth, the colors. We love it. We love. Okay, I see you. So,
I'm trying.
yeah, you're doing it. I'm glad to have you on. It has been a little while. So, Nicole, today you wanted to talk about depression. So, expand on that for me, please.
Well, if you've read my book, you know that in the course of my book, I talk about my battle that I had. It was very interesting. It was very difficult to overcome. And so many people are going through depression now at this time, and they don't know what to do or what to talk about or who to go to talk about it. So I just kind of wanted to tap into depression because it is so severe in our lives right now. And a lot of people are dealing with it. Some people know they're dealing with it. Some people don't know that they're dealing with depression. But I wanted to just put a hand and a finger on it today because I see it coming up more and more in topics and in conversations and in things that I'm seeing on social media. So I think it was time for me to tap into that part of my life. Um, and the things that I can help people with when it comes to depression and just tapping into that market because it's hard to open up about it, but at the same time, we have to talk about it. So that's kind of where I wanted to go with it today. Um, if you have any questions for me, Katan, we can start there. So
Yes, I do. So you talked about how it can be kind of hard to talk about it. For you specifically, what would you say was the hardest part of overcoming or learning how to work through your depression?
the hardest part for me was admitting that I was depressed. And I say
Oh,
that
wow.
because a lot of people, they think it's just a part of life for them. If they think it's a part of their norm, they think it's stress or a headache or, they just having a hard time at work or dealing with different things. They don't actually think they're falling into that cycle of depression. So my
Hmm.
hardest thing with it was admitting to myself that I was depressed.
Yeah, that's a really good take. Um, I think that there's a fear sometimes of what comes with it when you admit that you are feeling depressed, because the next question is, okay, well, what now? Like, where do we go from here? And then one thing for me that I had to feel concerned about sometimes was, if I express that I'm feeling depressed, is the person that I'm talking to going to treat me differently, or are they going to take advantage of that information or that vulnerability? And in some cases, that is what happened. But with time, learning that that's really just a reflection of that person and who they are versus a reflection of me. And if they're going to do it, they're going to do it. Whether I show them or I talk to them, I'm vulnerable or not. If that's their character, that's their character. So
Right.
once I was able to detach that fear or that focus, I was able to really just say, okay, I'm not feeling myself, or I'm going through this right now. So I definitely understand how just even saying the words sometimes feels scary. So after you say the words, what was that next pivotal moment or step for you?
Well, even after I admitted to myself that I was going through depression and I knew that I was in a state of depression, I still was in a state of denial.
Mm,
So I still had to overcome that denial that I had, that wall that I had put up to hide myself from everybody else knowing that I was going through something.
yeah,
My depression actually led to me drinking a lot. So it was basically, and I guess I could say this, swimming my way out of all the alcohol that I had consumed and surfacing from that. Uh, basically, is where I was at that point
yeah,
because whatever it is, whatever you're going through depression, you're gonna be drowning in something. You
yeah,
know, whatever it is that makes you feel calm is what you're drowning in. For some people it's alcohol, for some people it's shopping, for some people
a
it's,
big statement.
um, whatever it is, but it's not the right thing to tap into. And like I said, mine was alcohol because I felt like when I was drinking, I wasn't worried about anything. But then you wake up the next day and you're still going through what you felt. So it's only putting a band-aid on it. If you're smoking, if you're shopping, it's only putting a band-aid on it.
Yeah,
And for some things, it's putting you in debt because you're steady spending on something that you're trying to eliminate another problem with. So the hard part is swimming out of it. You know, Once you realize that you're in it, you still have to fight to get out of
yeah.
it because you built a wall around you to hide it, to mask it. So you have to tear that wall down before anything else can happen.
That's a really big statement, especially about, the fact that you're the one that's created this wall trying to keep it from other people. It's almost like, we're just adding on to the damage. So if you don't mind sharing, what were some of the things that caused you to, start to have this depression? Was it something that was hereditary? Was it situational depression where something occurred in your life that change things? What was that?
Well, when I first started feeling depressed was when I had my accident in 2011.
Okay.
And having to depend on other people, that part of my depression didn't last long because once I was up and functioning and moving, I was okay.
Okay.
2016, I lost my mom, I lost my house, I lost my aunt, all in the same year. And losing my mom was that was my best friend. So losing my mom was not only losing a mother, but it was losing a friend. It was losing somebody that had my back. It was losing somebody that I could always go to when I was in need. Um, when things weren't going right, I could go and talk to her about anything and everything. And just knowing that that was gone was devastating to me. But I was still like, okay, I'm the oldest. I gotta keep pushing. I gotta keep doing all these things. I gotta try to hold it together. And I was able to hold it together for a little while. Then the flood of 2016, for those of you who are not in Louisiana, Louisiana got hit by the flood, the 100-year flood, as they call it. We lost our house. The house took on 4 feet of water. Um, Even when you got ready to go back into it, the water had sat in it so long till you pretty much would have had to tear it all the way down and build it back up. So
Mhm.
that was another hit that I had taken. So not only am I dealing with this, you're trying to relocate, you're trying to find and make sure that your children are okay because they're dealing with this as well. And then school was getting ready to start because it happened in August. Excuse me. So and I lost my mom. My children are getting ready for school. We don't have a house. We went to stay with my dad, which was fine because the house was big enough, it had space, but still, it's not your own. And
Yeah.
in that moment, it's just like I could feel the breaking, but I didn't want to admit I was breaking. And then at the end of the year, um, it's my mom's birthday right around Christmas. Her birthday is December the 27th. December the 25th is Christmas, of course, which is her favorite holiday.
Mhm.
December the 26th, I lost my aunt. So we got Christmas, death of my aunt, my mom's birthday. Hit me all at one time, and that was just the crush that just was too much.
Mhm.
So as I'm going into 2017, I'm depleted, you know.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I just got married in November. My daughter got married in August, right after the flood, because we was already planning her wedding. So we still went through with her wedding in August, which was like 10 days after the flood. So I'm still trying to hold it together because I got stuff going on that I need to hold it together. But the breaking was unevitable. Like it was there. So you're hiding it and you're pushing. You're hiding it, but you're pushing. So on the outside, it looks good. On the outside, they like, oh my goodness, she done lost her mom, she done lost her house, she done lost her aunt, her daughter done got married, she done got married. Everything seems to be okay. She holding it together, she good. Wasn't good at all. I got up in the morning to alcohol. I went to bed to alcohol. I used to be at work under the influence, but still working. I was a functional alcoholic dealing with depression. So not only am I functioning as an alcoholic, but I'm an alcoholic at that point that got depression. So the least little thing is setting me off.
Yeah.
Attitude is outrageous. Um, don't want to be bothered with people. I'm a manager at my job, but I don't want to be bothered with people. Everything was agitating me. Everything was getting on my nerves. But then you get around your family and your friends, and you want them to see that you the strongest mom that they ever seen. You want them, your friends, to be like, "Oh, baby, you got it going on. You still, you still holding on. You still good. You don't need anything. you're that person to be, when in all reality you're not. So those moments was just probably my lowest low,
Hmm.
but also my highest high. And I say that because when I look back at where I came from and what could have destroyed me and killed me, God said, no, I need you to go through this. I need you to feel everything so that you can help people that's been there. So that you can help people that in the midst of that, because you know how they feel. You can talk them through it. You can help them deal with it because you know how it feels to have the shoe print where your eyes are looking up at when everything else is seeming to be okay. You are buried in the dirt. And the only thing when you look up you see is the bottom of your shoe. And you have to fight to get that shoe off of your back. I know how that feels. I know how it feels to be there. I know the pain, the suffering that you're dealing with. So that was a moment for me. And to look back on it and know that I overcame it is remarkable.
Yeah. And I also want to give you flowers for that self awareness factor because you said something, and I just want to touch on this briefly. But like, if you are someone that goes through depression, you have, depressive episodes, or it's just something that you're consistently dealing with, you do have to be extremely aware of what you're putting in your body. We should always be aware, but there are some things that people will say doesn't bother or affect you. It will. Alcohol, smoking certain substances, they are downers, they get you nice and calm and low, but they're also amplifiers of your emotions. So if you're already feeling sad, depressed, this amplifies that feeling. I feel even worse than what I might have been feeling before. And that is not every single substance, right? I'm not a doctor, but I just would say that that level of even thinking about that, sometimes people don't even put that into perspective. And that's because they're not admitting that this is something that they're dealing with, even though they're feeling it. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to keep self medicating in ways that are really not helping me. And then you said something about, you know, with your mother, losing your mother. I always resonate with that feeling of there's certain people in this world, and it's usually your parents or people that know you very well or very closely, that you feel like if they were to go, you'll never have that level of loyalty, support, and love. And it's also another layer of grief when you lose a parent and you now have to work through that because that's someone that was your close friend. Even if they weren't your close friend, like for me, you know how my situation was.
Yeah.
But for me, it was always a maybe, what if, what could have been had, you did these things. And so closing that chapter is having to accept that they're just no longer here and heal through that while still functioning and taking care of other things in your life. And for you, you're a mother, you have children. I'm sure you were trying to be super mom because you want to keep it all together so that they're not seeing you breaking down, depressed, stressed, because sometimes we do that as parents, as women, as, I'm not a parent, but I see parents that do it. You want to be strong for everybody else. You are that strong person until you break down to the point where you can't be anything. And so, how did you get to the point where, did you ever get to a point where you started to accept help from people or express that you were feeling like that?
Well, I actually admitted it to one of my friends. He's one of my
Hmm.
close friends. We've been friends for over 20 years at this point. And we started talking about it. And she was like, "You need to get some help." And I was like, "We don't do that. We don't go tell. We don't put our we don't put our business in the street. What you mean? Go talk to somebody? Like that's not what we do. We were raised up that what happens at home stays at home.
Stays at home. Yeah.
What you're dealing with, it stays there. You cope with it, you deal with it, you do what you have to do to get out of it yourself. You don't go talk to anybody. So the next best thing for me was I created a Facebook group that was called Motivational Talk. And inside that group, and I actually still have that group, it was for only women at that point, but now it's actually for both. And I just started saying good morning every morning. How you feel? And I would post, if I felt bad, I would post. If I felt good, if I would post if I had something else going on. And at that point, it was just me and my friend. Um, Eventually, another lady that I was working with, she was kind of going through the same thing. So I added her to the group. And we just kind of talked about, reflected, bounced off of each other, kind of, okay, this is what you're going through. This is that. And we kind of just went from there. And um, they started adding people to the group. I started adding people to the group. And eventually, we just was able to kind of talk through a lot of the things because we were expressing ourselves. Now, mind you, years later, years later, I did decide to go and talk to somebody about how I was feeling. But at that point, I had pretty much, I'm not gonna say gotten out of everything, but I was able to cope with the depression. I wasn't drinking as much. Um, I felt like if I needed to say something, I could go to the group and express how I felt that day instead of drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that took years and years of work, years and years of just focusing on trying to be the best version of me because what I didn't want was my children to see their mom always drinking. And for years, they didn't even know that I was drinking. They were grown when they found out I used to drink. And to me, that was like, okay, I did good. In reality, I just was good at hiding the truth.
Mm,
So um, now when I look at my children and I can see when they're tapping on some of the things that I was tapping on because I see the characteristics of what I was going through. I can pull them aside and I can talk to them because I've
mhm.
been there. So whenever you've been through anything, it's easy to go back and say, okay, you know, I can I can help you through this. I've been there. I've done it. But I had to allow them to know that this was something that your mom did. So I had to admit to my children that I used to drink all the time. I was functioning as an alcoholic. And to let them know that and to have to put that out there on the table probably was one of the second hardest things I had to deal with in life. But they needed to know
Yeah.
because how can I say I'm gonna help you if you feel like I've never been where you were? So I had to admit that I've been there so that I could help explain some of the things that they were going through and why this is what I say. Why
Mhm.
this is why I'm coming at you like this. I'm not coming at you just because I'm a parent and saying you're doing this too much. I'm coming at you because I see that you're spiraling in the same direction that I was. And I don't want you to go down that rabbit hole. So
So
yeah.
essentially, you just had to admit that you weren't a robot, that you were human, and that's hard.
No, because I still haven't admitted that. So I'm not gonna
You
say
haven't admitted that you're human yet. Okay.
I
Well,
I
let me know when we get to
I,
that.
I am human, but I still feel like I have the robotic characteristic
Hmm.
within me
Hmm.
sometimes. But I know now that I'm more human than I am robot.
That's
Um,
good. That's fair.
but
Yeah.
I think every person has that robotic characteristics within them, whether they're going through something or not. Because at some point in your life, you're just going. You're not
Hmm.
resting properly. You're not drinking properly. You're not eating properly. So I think everybody still has those characteristics. So I'm not going to sit here and say I don't have them. I
Hmm.
just know that the human side of me needs more discipline
Nurturing. Okay. Okay. Discipline.
than anything. Yeah.
I understand. So now that you shared, thank you so much for sharing that because I'm sure someone who might be going through something similar or, relates to that needed to hear that message. Why don't you talk to us about your brand, what are the solutions that you want to share today or the services that you provide?
Well, with AL Publishing and Consulting, we help you find your voice because a lot of people finding your voice is hard. And I guess the best way to say it is a lot of people feel like they have a story within them, but they don't know how to tell it.
Hmm.
So finding the voice to say what you've been through, the things that you overcome, the things that can help somebody else. A lot of times we're ashamed of those things because we feel like that was the bad part of me. So we don't want to talk about it. And
Yeah,
what my brand does, it helps you tell the story so that it doesn't feel so hard on you, but it still helps the person that's going to hear it or read it.
yeah,
So that's part of what my brand stands on. That's part of what we do. I enjoy teaching people how to utilize their voice, how to speak, how to be heard without feeling like they're the bad person or they've been through something or done something horrible because everybody's done something. It's just a matter of being bold enough to stand up and say that I did it and this is how I got through it. And that's one of the things that we stand strong on when it comes to AL Publishing and Consulting.
I like that. And I think this world is so similar to the robotic part too. This world can be so judgmental sometimes that we do get in the habit of just holding things in and not talking about real conversations. How many times do you walk past a person and they say, "How are you doing?" And you say, "Oh, I'm doing good." But you're not doing good. You know, you just had something terrible happen in your life. You just had a huge breakup. You just lost, your job. There's something going on in your life that you're not just going to flat out tell them because of the fact that a lot of people don't practice creating vulnerable spaces for their loved ones. They don't. So it's not a safe space. I don't feel like I can release and talk about what I'm saying. But then also, a lot of people are just uncomfortable with vulnerability themselves. So when you're vulnerable with them, they don't really know how to approach that or nurture it properly. And we're in this world now where everybody's just afraid to be real and have real conversations. So it's very
Yeah.
relatable. And then with trauma, we already have, if you go through something traumatic, whether in childhood or adulthood, you already have your internal thoughts that are telling you that, you've done something wrong. You shouldn't talk about it. And then you have people out on the outside trying to tell you how you should react or how you should feel or how you should move through these experiences and are also judgmental, which is so, I find it so silly because people are so quick to judge someone in one area of their life when they know that they have another area in their life that they really could work on. How many times has a person judged you for a relationship? Like maybe let's say you're in a bad relationship. You have people who will talk about you as a man or a woman because you're in this bad
Mhm.
relationship. They'll make fun of you, they'll talk about you public, privately, but they might be bad with finances. So
Right.
does that mean we're supposed to laugh at you and talk about you?
Right.
But but we forget sometimes. People get on that pedestal where they forget, hey, wait a minute. I have things that I need to work on as well. And would I really want somebody judging me for that? So I relate to that also. There's so many experiences that we could really learn from other people who've been through stuff if we were less judgmental as a people and just listen, because they could help us with preventing things for the future. Um, but unfortunately, you got a lot of people who just don't understand that. And then you have a lot of people who are insecure internally, like within themselves. So I definitely relate to that topic. So talk to me a little bit more. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, she said, Charlie's over here giving you some love and shout out. She said, awesome YouTube
Oh,
video.
thank you, Johnson.
Yes, she said you did an awesome job with sharing your vulnerabilities. Hello, Shelly. Thanks for joining. So yeah, I really just I love the fact that you even mentioned that the vulnerability piece, but also getting people not to feel ashamed, because it's just sad that we have to go through stuff and then be ashamed about what someone else has done to us or what we have experienced, as if it had anything to do with us in the first place.
Okay.
So
Right.
yeah. But tell me a little bit more. So you talked about how you help people with sharing their voice. Do you have any resources that you want to give to anyone, or any insight that you want to share?
Yes. Right now I have the author coaching course that is going on, and it is 12 months. Boss Bay Blog and AM Publishing and Consulting, we have collaborated to do a scholarship, and the scholarship takes off $175. So it brings it down to $25 for 12 full month of information that you can get about writing your book. And I promise you, by the time you finish with the course, you'll be able to write a book, publish it, and see your work. Um, we have a 100% success rate. So everybody that's been through the author coaching course or the author mentorship one-on-one have published a book and are on to their second, third anthology, all of this. So it's not like we're just doing it and saying it. We actually have the proof to back it up. But for the scholarship, if you go to lacolesmith.com, you can key in BOSS, BOSS1 at checkout, and it will take that 175 off, and you can get the course for $25. If all of those are gone, I think we have 8 left. Um, then you can key in BOSS all cap 2, and it'll take $150 off because we have that scholarship as well, which will bring it down to $50. You still get it $50 for 12 months, and same result. It's paid up front, so all you have to do is go into the group that we have set up and utilize that. I just went in and I revamped everything. I recalculated everything. So at, starting next week, we're gonna have videos up and going. That's gonna be week by week breakdown, but they're gonna be coming out pretty much back to back.
Okay.
So you'll be able to get the information, do what you need to do. If you need any help, you'll be able to put it in the group. I can answer you within a week, probably, sometimes faster, but we're gonna say 5 to 7 days just
Mhm.
to make sure. So I at least try to check that group once a week moving forward with that. So everything is gonna be dropping. You can go in, do the assignment. Yes, you have homework. Um, do the assignment. Some people are overachievers, so they didn't do the assignment, so they just kind of did the work and have their book already, but we're not going to talk about that. But it is an option if that's what you want to do. You do have that option to say, hey, look, I can't sit through the 12 months. Can you just send me over the information? That's a choice too because you paid for the course. So you can get that information up front if that's what you need. All you have to do is send us an email to Arthur Lacole Smith at gmail.com and say, hey, I don't have time to sit and walk, go through the videos. Can you just send me over the information? I'm self sufficient. I can do it myself. If I need any help, I'll, contact you. You can do that too. That's an option because you are paying for that course and it can be written or it can be verbal through the group. So you can get it either way. Um, we have all this in place now. I'm excited about it. I went in, I revamped it after talking to my mentor. We added in some stuff, um, just near basics on some things, but I think it was needed,
Yeah.
and the whole course has been revamped. If you go into the group, once you pay for everything, you'll see the syllabus. The syllabus for it is up, so you can read over the syllabus, look at it, see if you want to just go ahead and tackle it or if you want to wait for the video.
Okay. And then for people who are already authors, correct me if I have this correct. I mean, correct me if I don't have this right. But so if I'm an author, I already have my own book published, but I was to purchase one of your author coaching courses and then I decided to publish another book, you would advertise that book on your website as
Yes,
one of the books through.
if you
Okay.
purchase that author coaching course and want to be listed on the website, if you go through that and publish your book through AL Publishing and Consulting, yes, you can.
Okay. All right. So, do you have any other resources you want to talk about the complimentary interviews that you're doing for authors and entrepreneurs?
Yes,
This is the show she was talking about earlier, everyone.
uh, motivational talk dialogue and show. You can sign up also at lacolesmith.com. You can go in. We have a complimentary show that you can sign up for. It's 10 minutes. People say, oh, I can't get that information out in 10 minutes. Yes, you can. You can get it out in 10 minutes. You can put your information out. in that 10-minute show. If you feel like you need more time, we have the option for you to sign up for a longer period of time as well. So don't feel like, oh, I can't do it in 10 minutes. It that one's just not free. The other two options are not free, but it gives you an opportunity to still tell your story and do what you need to do. 10 minutes is more than enough time to get your point across and have people interested in what you have to say.
Okay. I did just drop the link for anyone that wants to be interviewed on her platform. This is for authors, entrepreneurs, creators, even people that aren't entrepreneurs, creators, or writers. If they just come on, they're wanting to share a message, correct?
Yes, it's for community changers, advocates, because they do have people like I'm a cancer advocate.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are somebody that's passionate about something, you can come on the show and talk about why you're passionate about it and the things that you're doing in your community to, change the game. You can come on about that as well.
Okay.
We are not discriminating. We just trying to make sure that your voice is being heard.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Is there one message that you would like to share with the audience, message of inspiration before we move on to our next interviewee?
My message would be never give up. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how difficult it gets, the only way you won't succeed is if you give up. So don't give up. Keep pushing, keep going.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you for joining us, Lacole. And I also appreciate your vulnerability, like Charlie was saying, because it gives other people the courage to want to share their story. Even listening to you talk about some of the things that you went through and then reading your book and learning about some of the things you went through, it definitely inspired me as well. And it reminded me of that importance of even if you go through something that's not positive and it may feel like it's not a good thing to share, you could really be helping somebody else who's going through the exact same thing right now and doesn't have any guidance or support through that process. So, it has inspired me to start on my own book about some of the things that I've experienced that I think could help adults and also young teenagers, people that are transitioning out of teenage into adulthood. So I do appreciate your inspiration, your support. Thank you for being a member of our directory. And yes, we just look forward to seeing you again on the Boss Day Business Show.
And thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. You have a wonderful evening, and I'll leave your information. If you want to share anything else, any links, interviews in the comments, you're welcome to do that too.
Okay, will do.
All right. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
So, thank you for your interview, Lacole. I appreciate you as always. We're going to go ahead and move on to our next entrepreneur this evening. So, this professional is also an author. She's not necessarily here for authorship this evening, though. I want to bring her on to give a quick little, a little break in between. We have some wonderful authors tonight, but I'm going to show her off. She's in the fashion industry based out of Texas. Let's bring her on. Hello. Oh, hold on. Oh,
Hello.
how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Technology. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm enjoying the interviews as always. Even though I've interviewed a lot of professionals more than once, I feel like I learn something new every interview, just about for each person. So learn something new from Lacole tonight. Did you enjoy
Yes,
the interview?
I did. It was really good, and especially about the depression because it's this time everyone is going through something.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's
This
hard.
economy, the
Yes,
politics, the
yes,
gas prices,
yes.
the food
The food,
prices.
yes,
Oh my
everything,
God.
everything.
Squash costs 2 to 3 times more than what it used to cost. Squash. Nobody eats squash. I used to pride myself in going to get squash because it was cheap and it's healthy. I went
Right.
to squash that used to be 70 cents, now in the higher dollar range. It's insane. I know squash is the last thing on y'all's mind right now. I'm sure y'all have bigger fish to fry, but that really hit me. I'm sorry. I'm a big bag. But, anyways, we were worried about squash, the price of squash. Oh, I cannot. All right. I like to eat, y'all, so it's affecting me the most in the food area, personally. But you are correct. People are going through a lot right now, Conitra. So let's give them a little refresh, something light to think about tonight. But before we do, please introduce yourself and tell us what you're going to be discussing tonight.
Hi, everyone. Happy Thursday. My name is Conitra Cowans, and I am founder of Bougie Steps Boutique. I am based out of Texas, originally from Tennessee, Memphis. My discussion is going to be using your business platform to raise awareness about domestic and narcissistic abuse.
Okay, wonderful. I still can't get over the fact that squash was the first thing on my list of complaints, but what is wrong with me? But anyways, oh my goodness, Kanitra, thank you for joining us. I'm so glad that you came on, and your conversations are always powerful. So let's talk about it. Tell me more about this using your platform to raise awareness for domestic abuse.
Yes, for Bougie Steps, I use the platform but for fashion to lure in confidence because confidence is one big thing that for me was taken away from me.
Mm,
Um, I grew up in Tennessee. I was sexually abused by a family member at the early age of 15. So I still had that confidence, but when I went into another relationship um, and got married, that confidence was kind of taken because they always were using words to put me down, different things that didn't look right, and it kind of like pushed me down. But before the relationship, I was, you know, myself. And we went through the relationship, I saw myself changing. I saw myself being more um, standoffish, kind of. Um, Still on the outside, people seeing me and were like, "Oh, you're just, let's hang out, and you're the fun, the party, you're fun to be around." But in the inside, I'm drowning because I'm going home to, like, I would say, darkness.
yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
one way on the outside. People see me in that relationship. They see the relationship, and people are wanting to be in a relationship like that. When all the time, no, you don't. No, because
yeah.
it's different. So I want to use Bougie Steps, the platform, to help spread awareness, to bring people in to that are going through that need help. Empowering women and even men. So I
Yeah.
use that platform to raise awareness and put my books out there to help others.
I like the fact that you talk about how domestic abuse, you know, physical, emotional, whatever kind of abuse, it doesn't just happen to women because
Mhm.
oftentimes when we hear abuse, we automatically assume that it has to be a relationship, a romantic relationship, or it has to be a man abusing a woman. When in reality, abusers come in all shapes and forms. I mean, it
Mhm.
can be a wife that has emotional put downs, as she says, to her husband when he leaves, so that she can feel more
Right.
secure about him coming back. But a lot
Mhm.
of times we don't call it that when a man is going through it. So I do believe that what you're doing, it creates a conversation around that specific topic, because I can't remember if it was you that I was talking to, but I remember having a conversation with a man um, at the time that I was talking to, and he shared with me that someone had exposed themselves to him while he was younger. And this was
Mhm.
someone who was in an adult range. I think she was like over 19, and he
Oh,
was young. He was in school. So I said, I'm so sorry that that happened to you. And when I said that, he was like, "Oh, we just brushed it off. It wasn't anything." Because when I went home and told people about it, they were patting me on the back like it was something cool.
mhm.
And that's because when it's happening to a guy, sometimes we're not calling it that. We're not putting it under that category.
Right.
When in reality, this is abuse. This is, you know what I mean? There's
Mhm.
so many things wrong with that. So
Yeah.
I do love the fact that you challenge people to think about, it's not going to just be a woman that's being abused. It's not going to be just an adult that's being abused. So I definitely resonate with that. And I appreciate that about your movement. And then there was something else that you said that also I wanted to come back to. Oh, so just for anyone out there, I always try to give two reminders. But the first reminder is that if you are ever going through something romantically, and you have someone that is being abusive towards you in our community, I want you to know that you can always reach out to the women in our community and talk to them about what is happening, and there will not be judgment. We have so many private rooms virtually. You don't even have to be in the same state as us, but just know that if you were to come to me directly, or if you're coming to our platform, you will not be judged, because I know that's a huge thing. So I want to make sure if anybody is going through something like that, you know you will not be judged, number one. And number two, I want to remind women that you can get back on that horse. Okay. Listen, when you go through these kind of relationships, it kind of makes you feel like there's nothing else out there. And I'm sure you'll talk about that. But transitioning into being like a single woman, well, not transitioning, because, I've just been single. I've just been chilling over here underneath the single tree. But, being a single woman, there was a moment in a time of my life after experiencing being with people that had narcissistic behaviors about them. I wouldn't say they were a narcissist because I'm not a doctor, but they did have behaviors that were unhealthy. And being with that and then leaving that and trying to date and seeing those same behaviors in people had me in a state where I was like, oh my God, I don't want none of y'all.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want any parts of that.
Carol's in the background. She like, yeah, correct. So, it could be a little depressing too, because you're just like, well, I really want to have a relationship, but do I want it at the expense of my mental health? And do I want to repeat of what I've experienced? No, I don't. And today I had a revelation. So I just want to briefly preach to you, and then I'm going to hand the mic back to Conitra. Okay? Listen, I was taking my steps. I was walking, y'all. And I was doing these steps. I do 7,000 to 9,000 steps a day now because I'm on my fitness journey. I'm trying to be summertime fine for my birthday. So as I'm doing my steps, minding my own business, I had about 3 gentlemen pull up in a car next to me. And out of those 3, one of them I ended up giving my number to. But listen, get outside and go for a walk. Put yourself out there. Go to different environments. You don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to be at a club on a rooftop screaming, from the ceiling. If that's what you do it. But just know that you got to put yourself out there, because when you just step out into your natural space, that's when organic conversations happen. I had somebody pull up next to me and they thought I was their age, and I had to tell them, baby, I could be your mama or your sister. Keep going. But then I had another person pull up next to me and he was like, I just want you to know that you are absolutely beautiful. And I hope you're having a great day. Yeah, I like that. Let's start conversations off like that more often. So I said, you know what? I appreciate that. He said, are you busy? Are you in a rush? I said, I'm not in a rush. Do you have a man? Are you single? I am single. Can I call you later? Yes, you can. So just for anyone that's going through a rough patch, I need you to know that sometimes it's just about being your natural self. And when you go into environments that you naturally are in, you can be around people and experience that fun side of dating and relationship. Doesn't mean that you'll be getting married. Doesn't mean that you'll be in a relationship. But that was a positive for me. I said, you know what? Let me get out here and walk around this block a little more often, because what y'all got going on over here? So just some insight for the ladies that might be feeling a little down right now. But I want to hand it back to Tiffany said, hey, I forgot for a second. I had to dust off a little bit. I said, wait a minute. I forgot, I could pull like that, because about three cars in one day. That's a minute. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yes, 3.
3. The first one, he was like, excuse me, how old are you? He was like, do you live around here? I said, yeah. And then he said, are you in high school or just get into college? You in college? I said, no. He was like, are you still how old? I said, no, older. And then he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were my age. And then he just drove off on the car. And I said, it's okay. I said, it happens. And he drove off yelling out the window, I'm so sorry. So sometimes you just got to live your life. And the more you push past those discomforting experiences, you start to realize it's not as bad as you think it is. And everything doesn't have to be a we get married today. It can just be you having fun that you
Yeah.
didn't get to have when you were married or in that
In
abusive,
that,
you
yeah.
know, relationship. But
Yeah.
let me hand the mic back to you. I just want to let all these ladies know they can dust off that horse and get back up there. But let's go ahead and hand it back over to you. And I want you to share what were some of the things that helped you to realize that you were in a, you know, abusive or narcissistic relationship. How did you come to that conclusion?
I always knew that it wasn't, something was not right. You know how you have those feelings where um, you're like, okay, well, this, someone says something, and you're like, okay, in the back of your mind, you're like, wait a minute, you know, this, you shouldn't be saying it to me.
Mm,
But from me going through what I did as a young teenager, I just felt like, okay, well, maybe this is what I'm supposed to be, or who I'm supposed to be with. Um,
yeah,
but the signs were jealousy, um, a lot of controlling ways. Just it was red flags, but I tend to, for me, I just pushed it back.
hmm,
Um, and I was like, well, you know, it'll be okay. You know, we'll work it out. Me so much as trying to, I guess, save that person, because I knew the backstory of what they went through
yeah,
in life. So me trying to, like, okay, well, you know what, we can work on it. You know, let me not say anything about that. We can work on it. But as
yeah,
it, you know, relationship goes on and on, things started. They feel more comfortable to saying things because I was not acknowledging what they were saying. So they
yeah,
felt comfortable in just saying things. Just, oh well, that doesn't look right on you. Just, you know, as an example, um, I wore a skirt or a dress. Oh, you know, that doesn't even look right on you. Why don't you just wear pants all the time? So I'm like, well, maybe I don't. So I started questioning myself, like, you know,
hmm,
second guessing, like, oh, well, maybe I don't. Well, let me, okay, well, yeah, I'll just wear pants. So things like that were signs.
yeah,
So yeah,
definitely.
yeah, red
Because we
flag.
knew that was a lie. Because we know you look good in those skirts. Conitra is, when I tell you legs for days, I'm trying to get like her. I'm trying to get
Thank
like her.
you.
That
Oh,
is
thank
that is not your average grandma right there. I'm gonna tell you right there.
you.
Okay. Because when I saw that video of her modeling those
Thank
shoes,
you.
so yeah, I would have definitely questioned him too. I'd have been like, "Are you okay up there? Is it all right? Because have you seen me?"
But you know,
But
that's their way of not letting anyone else pay attention to you because they
yeah,
know if you go somewhere and you see that, they're gonna be like, oh, okay. So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
their way of trying to cover you up, basically.
yeah, and it happens in the dangerous part of this is it doesn't just happen in romance. It can happen in friendships. It can
Mhm.
happen in family. It's that friend that you say, "Look at this. Look what I just did," and they say, "I mean, it's okay. That
Yeah.
was one, strike one." And then when
Hmm.
you come back and you say, "Oh, I'm going through this. I'm so stressed," and they say, "Well, I told you not to do it. That was strike two." But you know,
Right.
we keep letting these strikes happen because we love them, and like you said, we know what they've been through, and so we
Hmm.
start to excuse people's toxic behaviors because we love them and we want to love them through what they've been through.
Right.
And in the words of the great Tiffany, one of our life coaches, I am not Jesus. Only Jesus saves. So you need to get on over there. I might have improvised. She didn't say it like that, but she
I like that. We need to put
said
that
a
on a
lot.
t-shirt.
She said it a lot softer. But listen, but I'm telling you, I can't help you. You got to go to him or whoever it is that you go to and you report to at the end of the day is who you need to be speaking with because that is just not, that is way above my mental pay grade. But I think that also comes from certain generations, some generations, you will do things even when you are uncomfortable. And
Hmm.
it's a norm. So, like, somebody asks you to do something, okay, I'll go do it, even though I'm exhausted and I'm tired. Somebody say, "Can I come over?" Yeah, go ahead, come over, even though I just
Hmm.
told you I don't feel like having no company. You know,
Right.
that's kind of like the norm. So we
Hmm.
get into this space where we're just trying to do and help people instead of acknowledging how we're feeling about it.
Hmm.
And we have to sometimes just say, you know what? I love you. I know what you've been through. I understand why you're like this sometimes, why you say things that are negative about my dreams or about what I'm going through, but it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't excuse it. And for that reason, I'm going to give you space. And
Yeah.
when you get that together, we can have those conversations again. But if you
Mm-hmm.
can't get that together, we'll never have those conversations because I
Right.
can't let you in on that level.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm sorry, I didn't mean to burp in y'all's face. I forget these mics are strong. But mindset is a big thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's contagious.
Yeah.
So they start off with a little picking at you here and there, and then next thing you know, you're picking at yourself and
Mm-hmm.
asking yourself what you need to be doing more of or less of.
Right.
And it's a slick way of doing it, but not just in relationships does this happen. So I do have a question I'm curious about, because being someone who's experienced relationships that were not the most loving because they were coming from people that did not experience love on
Right.
that level.
Mm-hmm.
What was one of the hardest things for you to hear or go through in that relationship, and how did you heal through that after experiencing that?
It was, oh, it was so many things. But one in particular, um, I had an idea. I've always been in the healthcare field, medical field, and I had an idea that I wanted to go back to school for administrate, like manager
Okay.
administration. I want to go into that, like HR, um, and just wanted the support of that person.
Yeah.
So their comment was, well, you're not able to be a manager. You're not able to tell people, what to do. You're too soft spoken. You're not, you know, I, you're not going to be good at that. So me listening to that and second guessing myself again, and I'm like, well, you know what? Maybe I'm not.
Mm,
So that kind of put, a damper on things and kind of had me not advance into what I really wanted to do.
mm,
So that kind of, and then out of the relationship, when I got out of that relationship, that I wanted to start my own boutique, which I always wanted to do. Um, that was kind of pushed down
yeah.
and directed onto something that they wanted to do. Well, no, how about we do this together? And so
Mm,
when I got out of that, that's what made me look into my boutique, Bougie Steps Boutique. And I just said, well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be my own boss.
yeah.
And I'm just going to step out there and, see what's going to happen.
Yeah. That's wonderful. I'm glad you did, because
Thank
you're
you.
yeah, like the things you've been doing is amazing. Conitra has done her own fashion show. On top of doing her own fashion show, she's vended at multiple fashion shows. She's been a motivational speaker for some of my in-person events here in Texas, and everyone in the crowd was really resonating with what you were talking about.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you.
you have your own boutique, you have your own ambassador program. I mean, there's just so many things that you are leading right now. So it's like a reminder for anyone that might be hearing negative things from friends or family or that significant other, that you can't allow your emotions to trick you into thinking that you
Mhm,
can't do this. Because here
mhm.
you are leading so many different things. Your own community, you have your ambassador program, you have your boutique, you're speaking. So congratulations to you.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I'm glad you kept going,
Thank
because I really do love what you do.
thank you.
Yes, amazing. Absolutely, Tiffany.
Thank you.
So, Conitra, would you like to showcase some of the products that you want to let everybody know about today?
Yes. Well, very quickly,
Hmm.
'cause I love shoes. Um, so we have new, and this is the new. We have new shoes, new inventory. So these are one of the recent pairs that we got in. And it's the ballerina front. It's not a
Point, ballerina point.
point. It's like a square toe almost,
Okay,
uh,
yeah.
and it has the straps, the tie around the ankle, the satin, and the heel. I would say maybe is at 3 inches. Um, and I have different styles, sizes. I have 7.5, 8, 8.5, and 10, and they are uploaded on the website.
Those are cute.
Thank you. And then I have this one in the nude color. Uh,
Yes, I saw those. I had
That is
never, not
cute.
until I saw that picture of you wearing them, I was like, you know what? I might need to try that. Because I would
Oh,
normally do but ballerina. I'd never been into it like the ballerina flats. You know how they used to have the flats and they would have you
oh
tie it up on your
yeah,
ankles. I
yeah.
wasn't really into that either because I felt like it accentuated my feet, you know.
Oh
But
yeah.
seeing them like on the heels, it's really cute.
They are. I love the different style of them. So it's so different. And then it has the fun way you can tie it up around the ankle as well.
Oh,
Oh,
Lacole said that shoe. She said, "Baby, that shoe is beautiful."
cute.
Well, we know who'll be shopping soon.
And then let the some more of the new inventory. We have this cute shoe. I love this shoe. It when I got it in I was thinking it was going to be different, but it is. I love it because I love the pointed toe.
Hmm.
I love the detail in the one toe that's going to be out, and then it has the straps. So this is really really cute. This one is on the website. Every shoe is on the website. The new inventory that we have, and then we have. I have gotten so much feedback to this shoe because I love this shoe. It kind of brings me back to the '90s almost. The
Oh, I know
platform,
which one you're talking about. Hold on, let me go back. Yes. Oh my gosh.
yes,
Yes.
this one I love, 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 and
Yes.
I
Oh,
have
I'm
this
so
one in
sorry.
brown also, but the I only have one size in the brown, but I have more
Okay.
sizes in the black.
Yes, I like that. That's that
Thank
that's
you.
that Crystal Water shoe. She wakes up early every morning just to go ahead.
I'm gonna
Her
say it.
day wouldn't be right.
And then
Let me
this,
save that for karaoke night. I'm sorry, y'all.
so this one is a different type of shoe. This shoe, the heel is different, and then it has the it's like the thong sandal, but it has like the thin strap on one side, and then it has the thicker strap on the other side. These are really really cute. I love the different design of it. So I have
Those
these
are
on the
cute.
website as well.
And I know those are comfortable too because it's that lower heel. Yeah, I need
Yes,
that.
yes, thank you. I only
How
have
much are those?
these are 25.
And
So I
how,
only
what
have eight
sizes?
and a half and a 10 in this size, in this style.
Okay, 8.5 and a 10. Would you say they're true to size, or would you say someone who's a 9 could fit these?
I tried on the 8.5 and I had like a little room. So
Oh, okay.
I wear an 8.5. So they maybe because of the front of it,
Uh
it
huh.
has the little the thong in there. Maybe that's why.
Yeah. Okay. Not Lacole talking about some help her, Lord. My signal was not that bad.
And
Oh,
then we have this.
oh Lord. She talking about will it support all this fat back? What is I don't even want to know what that is. I don't even want to ask what that is that you're referring to and why you felt the need to put a PH instead of a F. So I'm not even gonna go there. But I'm sure what she's asking here is the shoe supportive?
It's a shoe. the which one? The
The
ballerina.
brown one? No, I think it was the brown one that was shorter that you said you had a size 10 in and you had another size.
I believe so. But we can always try it on. You can try it on, and when you're here, and see if you really like it or not when you come
Okay.
back down. So this other shoe I have is is a really different type of shoe. It has the bling on there, and then it has the gold chain.
Mm-hmm.
So it has the rhinestone, and then it has the gold chain in the middle.
Okay.
And this one is really, really cute. The only thing I would say with this one, go up a half size,
Mm-hmm.
only because this part is kind of tight. So I would say go up a half size.
Okay, noted. And then it looks like Charlie loves the platforms. She said yes, a
Oh,
platform.
thank you, Charlie.
I like platforms too. They're just more comfortable walking in for a long period of time, especially for events.
Yes. And then we have our French pumps. So we have the brown French pump, and then we have the nude.
Yes.
So the brown, I only have one size, which is a 8.5. And then the nude, I have a 7.5 and an 8.5.
Right, 7.5, 8.5. And are those probably run true to size?
Yes, the only thing that I tried the brown one on, and I wear actual 8.5. It was I had kind of had a gap in between the back,
Mm, okay, okay.
so you
So
may need you know how some you can get those you can get
metatarsal pads.
yes. What I'm going
Okay,
to be my next investment will be those pads to give out with the customer in their shoes.
okay, okay. Yeah. Okay.
And we just have two more. I have this rose gold heel sandal.
Cute. Love the height. I love the lower ones.
Yes, and it has the sling back, and then it has the detail with the straps and the round. So it doesn't have the the skin, not the I can't even think. The round
What?
toe is more comfortable.
Oh, okay, okay.
And then we have the last one, which we have the booty.
Hmm.
It's hot, the lace up booty. Which I love the material. The material is not that it's not suede, it's not leather. Um, it's kind of like that material where it doesn't, you don't have to worry about if it's suede, you're going out and if it gets your shoe gets wet or anything like that.
Uh
Um,
huh. Maybe polyester or something like that. Some kind of
yes, all right,
polyester.
yes, polyester.
Hmm.
But this is, and I love the heel on this. It's not too high. So
Those are
that
cute. I
is
like
the
those.
inventory for now. Everything is uploaded on the website, and then we also have our sale on our other shoes: the $10 sandals, $20 heels, and $30 boots.
Okay, one last question. For those platforms, the crystal waters, how much do those cost?
The crystal water boots.
Sorry.
I'm gonna rename those. Um, so those are 40.
Okay, okay. I think I'm coming for
No,
those.
I'm sorry, 35 for 35.
35.
Mhm.
Okay. And anyone that wants to shop with Conitra, I did drop her website in the comments, but also you can use my code KBOSS, capital KBOSS, and you're going to get 10% off of your purchase. So I'll just put that in the comments for anybody that's interested.
Yes. Oh, and then we also have a great promo. You purchase $65 or more, and then
Mhm.
you receive two free ankle braces from Shell with Bling.
Yes. Okay. That Bling with Shell collab is amazing. Let me pull this up. So that's what she was talking about. Two free anklets, $65 orders. And then she's gonna go and find anklets that match your shoes with Bling with Shell. Bling with Shell happens to be another business that is listed in our directory, and they're also a sponsor. So that's her website and her information if you just want to shop directly for jewelry. But if you wanted to get two in one, then you can just shop, spend $65 or more at Kanitra's boutique, and then she will get you two anklets and ship them to you. So
Yes.
I'm excited about that. I'm definitely taking
Yes, I
advantage of
love
that.
that. Oh, a good ankle bracelet. You can't go wrong with that.
I know. I love ankle bracelets. I wear them so much. Like it just really elevates the look. I have fun with it. Okay.
Yes.
So thank you for showing off all of your wonderful pieces and also bringing light to I think, a much needed conversation about knowing the signs, seeing the signs, and having enough courage to think, what if this person is wrong and I need to get out of here, so that you
Right.
can accomplish all the things that are meant for you and, be in your calling. So thank you again, Conitra.
Thank
Did
you.
you want to leave any last positive message for anybody in the audience that might need to hear it?
Um, yes, always value your self-worth. Never let anyone take that away from you. Um, if you're going through any type of issue, abuse, or anything like that, try to go to speak to someone, anyone that you're close to, church member, any organization. Like you said, we have so many in business owners in our group that you can go to, and it won't be blasted out. You can just go separately,
Yeah.
talk to them, and just get someone to talk to, and try to get help with that situation.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And we actually have free life coaching sessions right now. If anybody needs one,
Yeah.
Tiffany is offering them for 20 women. So you just have to go to her website, book one. Actually, no, it's for 20 women and men. So
Mm,
yeah, I had to think which life coaching. So if you go to Tiffany's website, you can book a session with her, and she will walk through with you ways that you can navigate through toxic relationships that you're trying to transition out of, or that you're still just trying to process and learn how to deal with at this moment.
right.
So, and then also, Shelly said her ear is always here. Thank you, Shelly. And let me drop that free link for that too. But thank you so much, Conitra. What's your
Thank
last
you.
message or your last update you want to tell everybody about in your business?
We have we're gonna have Soft Girl Sunday karaoke and conversation.
Yay!
Yes, it is on Sunday, the first Sunday in July.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be amazing. Bougie Step is gonna be there as a vendor. Um, Katan is gonna be hosting. We're gonna have karaoke, um, DJs, photographers. So yes, it is going to be a great place to be and a celebration for the both of us.
I know, celebrating our birthdays. So if anybody can meet us in Texas, it is free to get in the event. All you have to do is register. We're going to have karaoke, cake, and conversations. And you can dress up in any shade of pink to represent and celebrate Kanitra's birthday that is in July, or you can dress up in any shade of red to represent and celebrate my birthday that is also in July. So if y'all want to come out and have a good time, meet us there. And I can be Crystal Waters for you in real time. All right. Thank you, Conitra. You have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Thank
Okay.
you. Y'all have a good night.
You too. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get ready to interview our next entrepreneur. And I'm loving these comments over here and the encouragement. You are very welcome, Lacole. She said, thank you, Katan. Thank you so much for the opportunity on the show. And she said, hello, everyone. You are very welcome always. And no, no, not sugar mama status. I didn't even see that comment. Shelly talking about, okay, sugar mama, because I talked about how that the kid was writing. We not there. We not there. I don't think we'll ever get there. But I do appreciate you. I'm just trying to let the ladies know that there's things out there. All right. Now whether you take it, it's on you. Okay. And let's see what else we got. Not, I cannot with you, Lacole. Not you trying to hide from your coach. She said, don't say that too loud. My coach is on here. Okay. Thank you guys so much for your feedback. I appreciate you all. Yes. Oh, that will be awesome. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring on our next entrepreneur. Make sure you guys give her a warm welcome. This is her first time interviewing on the Boss Babe Business Show. And just from a small conversation with her, I was really able to see just a highlight of what her mission is. And that is really to have those healing conversations and inspire people to maybe start their own healing conversation as well. So let's bring her on. Let's learn more about her. Hello.
Hey,
How are you enjoying the show?
I have been loving the show. It
Good.
is a breath of fresh air. Let me just say that. Lacole was amazing. I
Yeah.
loved it. Just her vulnerability
Yeah.
and ability to take a step back and say, you know, I had to get some help. I had to get some help. So
Yeah. Yeah. That's a hard thing to do, especially
Mhm.
when you're used to doing it by yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very much so.
So, Carol, would you like to introduce yourself and let us know all about you?
Sure. My name is Carol Clay. I am a teacher.
Mhm.
I am a licensed athletic trainer in Texas.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, you Texas babe.
yeah, I'm a
Okay.
Texas girl. Yeah, I'm a Texas girl.
Okay.
And currently, on May 21st, I published my first novel, and so I am excited about it and would like to talk about it. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, congratulations. Shout out to you. So you said athletic training educator as
Mhm.
well.
Mhm.
So wow, what grade?
So I teach 10th graders. So
Woo.
I have several teen certificates, but the one I use now is for health science. So my students want to go into the medical field.
Oh
So
wow.
because I have an athletic training license, I can teach health science classes.
Okay, that's wonderful. Well, appreciation, much appreciation to you and all of our educators that are in the chat. We have a few. Actually, the person that said welcome, Charlie, she's an educator or was an educator. But you guys are doing the Lord's work. And I mean that in the best way. And only an educator will understand what I mean when I say it, because
Yeah.
we are living in a different time, and with each
Yeah.
generation educators have to adjust to not just the curriculum changing and the politics and what is appropriate and what's not, but also
Mhm.
the generation that you're speaking to and how to better reach them. And in this generation, the only way you're going to reach them is in here, but that
Right.
phone.
Right.
But I do appreciate you. So thanks for joining us, and thanks for your introduction. Talk to me a little bit about where, or actually, let's start with your topic of the night. So Bailey's Treasures. Talk to us about that.
So Bailey Treasure is my debut novel, and it's I did not intend for it to be as convoluted as it is,
Mhm.
but it's a very convoluted story. Um, the cover here, I'll show the cover. This is the cover. Um, this is
That's
Bailey's Treasure.
beautiful.
This is not Bailey. Okay.
Okay.
Um, my cover is a part of the story that you will get once you get into the story and realize that Bailey pretty much has an ally. She has somebody alongside her helping guide her. Okay, I'll say
Okay.
that without giving away too much.
Ah. I know, right? I'm like, ooh.
Without giving away too much, because Bailey is kind of lost.
Mm.
She is 35. She is making all the wrong decisions. And she doesn't know why. She can't figure out why the things that she is doing is not working for her.
Okay.
And her grandmother is telling her one thing, her dad is telling her one thing, her sister is telling her one thing, the men she dates are telling her one thing, and within all of the noise, she can't find the light.
Mm.
And through a series of events, the light finds her.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good.
The the gifts or the treasures find a way to her, and she is able to, with those gifts, make better decisions and ultimately turn her life over to Christ.
Okay. So I could tell you were trying hard not to expose too much. She said
Right.
the treasures find her.
Right.
So with that being said, what was the inspiration for this book? Where did it come from?
We talked a little bit about this earlier.
Mhm.
So I lost my father early on. I was 10 years old when my father died. He
Mhm.
was 39. He died of a massive heart attack
Wow.
before the age of 40. And I had always wish that there was something that he had left me that could help guide me. Because when you lose somebody at such a young age, every milestone, you mourn them more. The grief uh, grows with you, basically. It doesn't go away. So, for example, when you graduate from high school, when you get married, when you graduate from college, all of those milestones that you experience, having your first child, all of those things that you experience, you want that person to be there.
Yeah.
And there were times when I was young that I wanted something, of him. And so Bailey, this idea has been in my head since I was 13. It's been an idea that I have started over 100 times and torn up. And for some reason, just God's amazing grace, I started writing an outline in October of 2025. And from that outline, the ideas and all of the things just came out into paper. And I was able to get the story written.
That is wonderful. And also, I think the fact that you were already doing this at the age of 13 goes to show a little bit. I would say that even in those moments where you probably did feel lost or like you didn't have that level of guidance, that's like a lot of self-awareness for the age of 13 to be thinking about, writing a story about how someone could be guided or supported through that. So that's a really interesting experience. I think trauma sometimes, when you go through something traumatic or saddening at an early age, it also gives you a level of maturity that you didn't necessarily ask for, but it just comes with the experience. Yeah. But did you have issues with relating with other people that were your age when you were going through this? Like as far as expressing how you felt, did you ever feel alienated at that early age to be thinking about these kind of things at the age of 13?
Yes, I did. That's a true statement. I'm an only child anyway, so
so it's already only you. Yeah.
Yeah, I had friends, but being an only child, I spent a lot of time by myself when I was at home because it was just me and my mama. And so having the time to think about that. And another thing that kind of happened before I started writing the book is a coworker of mine. We were both teachers, we're both athletic trainers. She's a little older than me, but we were, along the same lines. And she said, "What would you do if you weren't doing this?" And I said, "I'm a writer." And then I'm thinking, "Girl, you ain't wrote nothing." What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? The only thing I had written were, papers for my master's classes and, college papers. You ain't wrote nothing.
But she said, "What are you talking about?"
And so it pushed me to say, you've had this idea in your head since you were a kid. If that's how you feel in your heart, if God has put this in you, get it out on paper and be what you feel like you are. Be that.
Yeah.
And so I was able to go ahead and be a writer.
So how did that feel to accomplish this and say, like, this is something that I dreamed about doing or talked about doing at the age of 13. I've done it now. How does that feel?
There's no words to express how it feels. There's no words to express how it feels to hold this in my hand and to flip through the pages.
Yeah.
And to know that it's accomplished. It's like, it really is like giving birth. And I know that's terrible to say, but it really is like
you're gonna scare some people now.
Well, I've had 3 kids. I've had 3 kids, and through the whole pregnancy, you're wondering what they look like. You're wondering what they smell like. You're wondering what their personality is. And you kind of know their personality based on how they behave. And then you birth them and then you get to see them. And
Yeah.
writing this book is really very, very similar to that. Very, very
That's a
similar to
really beautiful analogy. And you definitely were poetic with that because I was thinking more on the side of the pain and the labor and the contraction. So I was like, wait a minute now. Don't tell me that. If I didn't
Well,
already have a book, I'd be like, I'll think about it.
well,
But
if you talk to some writers, because some writers get writer's block, and then some
yeah,
writers, they get to a point where it's just really, really difficult to get through.
yeah,
And sometimes it is, depending on what your topic is, and what you're trying to convey. Um, it can have those potholes. It can have, you know, difficulties. But and I think any artist going through the process of what they go through can say that
yeah,
it's the process that puts that smile or that frown on. It's the process that um you find your purpose in the
exactly.
process.
Yeah,
And then once it's done, once it's finished, once it's been to the publisher and it's polished, we can look
that's
at
the
it
after.
and enjoy it. That's the after, right? It's the
Hmm.
process that really shows your artistic ability.
I definitely agree with you on that. I think a lot of entrepreneurs get stuck in, what best way to say it. I guess they get stuck on those results. They get stuck on the
Hmm.
after,
Hmm.
and they lose the reality of you got to enjoy the process. You have to be
Hmm.
in your calling for you to get to the after.
Yes.
So once you start to really enjoy what you do and think about how can I make this enriching for myself, that's when you
Hmm.
start to feel the proudest.
Yes.
And I want to congratulate you on that because it is a really cool feeling to like have thought about something when you were younger and then now you're doing it. And it's like
Hmm.
by now it's off my bucket list. So I got to think about
Hmm.
what the next step is for me.
Right.
So for you, I do have a couple more questions. I would like to ask you what was probably the hardest part about your journey to writing this book?
The hardest part. I wrote the end of the book
Mm-hmm.
first.
Mm,
Okay.
yeah.
So I think the hardest part was understanding me.
Mm,
And I think that's why it took so long to write it after starting 100 different times, because during that process, God was working on me to get me to a point where I could trust what I was putting on paper,
mm,
because I had to be authentically me.
yeah.
So I had to go through having the babies. I had to go through having the divorce. I had to go through the 10 years of my marriage. I had to go through some things to be able to convey exactly what Bailey was going through.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
I couldn't write this book when I was 13 because I hadn't been through anything.
Yeah.
And so I really think God gave it to me at this point in my life because of all the trials and tribulations I had gone through.
Yeah.
Because how can you help somebody? How can you be an inspiration if all you've ever done is been perfect or lived in a box? I felt like I grew up in a suburb,
Mm-hmm.
and sitting upstairs in the guest room, and I would look out my street and think nothing ever happens on this street.
Mm-hmm.
People, cars don't even come through. Only cars come through here. It's a cul-de-sac. So only people come through here live on this street.
Oh, it sounds like you live.
Nothing
Well, you're
happening
in
on this
Texas,
street.
so I was about to say it sounds like you lived in a country suburb, but yes, you did. You lived in
I did. I lived in the country
you're
suburb.
in the South. Sounds about
When I
right.
was sitting up there, our cul-de-sac was the last one in the neighborhood.
Oh
So
yeah.
when I looked out the other side of the house, it was cow pasture.
Mm,
And though nothing happened on the street. And so I had to go through some things to grow to learn myself, and
Yeah.
then to be able to do the characterization properly for Bailey.
Yeah. That's a really beautiful statement and understanding of how the process would work for you. Like if you're talking about real life things that were inspired by something that you went through. And it's
Mhm.
also really inspiring because I think it can be very therapeutic to write a story about something close to what you've experienced or understood, and then create different endings on how it could have been, what may have happened. Because it's almost like, yes, you're at peace with where you are, but it's
Mhm.
also nice to think about why maybe you might have felt like you needed this or you needed that, and kind of tap into those emotions. Writing does that for you, because for me, I don't know if it was before or if it was after. I think it was after I lost my biological father around COVID. I had mixed emotions, and I think part
Mhm.
of it was because of our relationship. But what people don't prepare you for when you lose your parents is that there's still a sense of, like, there's a part of you that you've lost, and it's not coming back. And so
Mhm.
you start to wonder what it could look like, what it could have been. And I think during that time I went and I got a certification for counseling. But it was for my clients, it wasn't even for me initially.
Mhm.
But once I started to do the certification, I started to see the questions that they were asking that they told me I should ask my clients. And then I started asking them on myself. And in the process
Mhm.
of doing that, I was able to understand my emotions. I was able to understand why I said and did certain things from my experience, with my parent, my father specifically. So it's a very, like, unveiling experience. And I think I might try that, like writing a book about what that could have looked
Mhm.
like, because it's something that goes through your head when you lose a parent or when you don't
Right.
have a parent in your life. You're thinking, like, what if you were there? What if you were able to experience this? What if I could have had you here at this day? How would you react? What would you do? How could you have supported me? What if there was more support once you were gone to help me, like you said, to guide me through? So I think I
Mhm.
might I might look into that. That's really cool. Like a really cool concept that you created that book off of your
Yeah.
own experience, but you gave it a little bit more depth in the ending.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
it's definitely fiction. It's
mhm,
definitely not me really.
mhm,
But there are some elements. There are some
okay,
elements of me healing some of those things. Yeah.
okay, okay. So it's fiction, but there's pieces of it that come from your own experiences.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay. That's good to know. That's beautiful, though. I love that. This is the healing part of literature, books, writing, that people don't always tap into, because I think it might be something they're passionate about doing. But like you mentioned, when you were first starting, you're doing something else in your life right now, and then someone asks you, "What is your calling?" or "What do you like to do?" If those kind of things pop up, I think that's, if this is not a sign, it should be a sign to go ahead
Yeah.
and pursue that
Do
and
it.
start that
Mhm.
story, that journey, that business, whatever it might be that you're sitting down waiting on. So now that we've shared that, or we talked about that, what are some of the obstacles that you've overcome as you were writing, or even after you're writing?
Um, some obstacles are really um I guess a lot of the reason of why I'm here, I guess, is just to kind of get your name out there. Like that is a huge obstacle. It's a huge
Yeah.
obstacle. And I guess it never really dawned on me. The lady asked me, "Are you just publishing this to publish it, or do you want to make money?"
Mhm.
And I was like, I never thought that y'all would pick it. So now I'm in a whole nother frame of mind. Like I think the biggest obstacle was me. Um,
Mm.
building up my mind to understand, okay, you've written it. It's
Yeah.
it's out, it's real. Um, and now somebody wants to publish it, and now let's get it out. Let's express it to others so that it can help others.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest obstacle is sometimes ourselves. in
Yeah.
not recognizing the importance of how we're all connected and
Yeah.
how we got to stay connected and not get into our little box of going to work, going home, cooking, doing the things, but be grounded in a community and stay connected.
Yeah.
I think that was I know it was a hindrance
Hmm.
when I was in my marriage. I know that I disconnected from friends. I disconnected from family. I disconnected from my community,
Yeah.
thinking that I was doing the right thing for my marriage and not
Hmm.
realizing, no, you're isolating.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when that was resolved and I was able to find myself again, I did go to therapy and I did do my best to heal from some of that,
Hmm.
which again, I think is why the book was really able to be written and flow like it did.
Yeah.
Last year.
That's beautiful. I mean, it's definitely a therapeutic thing to get that on paper, even if it's not the exact story, but have pieces of
Mhm,
that, like you said, because you've now experienced this and you can talk through that for someone who doesn't know anything about that side of life.
mhm,
But yeah, I want to commend you on that, like being able to step from that chapter to the next because it is not easy. And then also stepping out of the isolation frame because it's
mhm,
hard when you're in a toxic friendship,
mhm,
relationship, family dynamic. You're used to isolation. It's normal to say, I'm by myself. I can do this on my own. Won't ask anybody for help.
mhm.
Um, and so you get into other spaces where it's safe to ask for help, where it's safe to seek resources and support and wisdom. It feels unnatural. And a lot of people
Right.
just don't do it because of how
Mhm,
uncomfortable it feels. So, yeah,
mhm,
I want to give you your flowers on that because it's hard. It's hard.
mhm.
Yeah. At being someone that doesn't I never really asked for help even when I needed it or needed support, and stepping into spaces where people are excited and willing and waiting to be a part of the solution and support, it kind of rubs off on you where you're like, okay, like people really want to be a part of this.
Part
Like
of
some
it.
people, you
Mhm.
you really don't even have to ask too much or beg like you would think it is. You just tell them what it is, and they're excited and they're happy to be a part of your mission. So
Right.
that's good
And
self awareness.
you know, I have noticed I've gotten several text messages in the last week where my family has gone and purchased the book.
Oh, that's good.
And do you know how much it elates my heart that and I have 17 first cousins, that
Oh,
none of my family
dang.
has called and said, "Hey, can you send me a copy of the book?"
Hmm.
None of them. They
Yeah,
have all been supportive. They have all, um, got into their resources and chosen to support me
yeah,
instead of, looking for a hookup.
yeah,
And that just tells me that I'm loved and that I'm supported and that I'm not by myself.
yeah. And you're in the right rooms because there might be someone out there that's not experiencing that, but you are still loved. You are still valued, but you just got to get in that right room because
Mm-hmm.
it makes a world of a difference, and that is wonderful because I
Mm-hmm.
can relate to both. I've had friends and family where it's like, no, I want to support you. Where do I go? Where's the link?
Right.
They want to share, and
Right.
even if they can't purchase, they're like, how can I support? How can I show
How
up? They're
can I?
showing up to
Mm-hmm.
events. But then I've had other times when a person's like, so what you got going on? I already told
Right.
you, bossbayblog.com. Go to the website. What are you
Right.
asking me?
Mm-hmm.
You want
You know
that
what I mean?
discount?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wanted that
Yeah.
discount. And baby, I got to
Yeah.
work. We all got to work. So no,
Right.
I think that's beautiful that you have that level of support through this journey. And I love the fact that you're out here sharing pieces of your story, but also inspiring other people to start, whether it's their full story or it's fiction. So
Mm-hmm.
congratulations. Yeah,
Thank
doing your
you.
thing. Are you in North Texas? Or are you in East?
I am in North Texas.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. I'm about to
I'm
look
thinking
for it.
about coming to the birthday. I'm coming to the birthday.
You coming to the birthday?
I'm coming to the birthday.
Oh, so you coming to see Conitra and Cowans?
Yes, I'm coming to see y'all.
Yay! Okay, good. I'll make sure you get an invite. It's gonna be so much fun. So I'll be happy to have you. Is it gonna be far for you? It's in Plano, Texas.
No,
750.
30 minutes.
Okay, good,
30
good.
minutes.
Yeah, because it'd be far for some people. So I'm like, let's see how we can try to even the blow. We have some good food and drinks.
The Metroplex. Anywhere you go, it's gonna be 30 minutes. So
yeah. In Texas, it's like a whole nother. You're living in like 2 different states, y'all. So if you're not from Texas, you don't understand. But when you get to Texas, just know, if it's not in your city, you're driving far.
You gotta drive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yay, I'm so excited, and I'm glad that I got a chance to talk to you today. I feel like someone probably needed to hear your story, someone that's sitting on not doing something that they've been thinking about doing, someone that started a project years ago and thought that they couldn't continue it. These are messages that might be intentional if it comes across your screen. And thank you. She said, that's beautiful. You have your family, love and support.
Thank
and
you.
Yes, we appreciate you, Lacole. And yes, we appreciate you. Lacole comes from Louisiana. She be driving, boy. Woo. 6-7 hours. We appreciate you. But I did want to ask you, is there any last message you would like to leave with the audience about just something that will help them feel inspired, motivated, anything that's on your heart right now?
Well, one of the themes of the book is when God is all you have. And that's one of my talking points that I can come do if anybody wants to do a book signing or a talk. And Bailey gets there in this book. She gets to where there's no other choice but to accept God into her life and to move on. And I want to encourage somebody and tell them that is the exact place you need to be, because that's how God can use you. And you can allow the Holy Spirit to come into your heart, and it'll change things. It'll change things for you.
Well, I appreciate you so much, Carol. I am going to drop Carol's information. I mean, it's on the description of this video for everyone that's watching. But Carol, did you want to say your website out loud one more time for me?
Yes, my website is carolclayauthor.com. And it has a link to my my book on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, as well as if you want to buy it from me directly, there is a Google form you can fill out to get Bailey's Treasure.
Okay, I see you, Carol.
And if you get it from me, I'll sign it. If you order it from me, I'll sign it and send it to you in the mail.
Okay. And yes, thank you, Lacole. You were right on time. He said, I'm sure I missed it. How could I get a book? So I'm dropping her website in the comments for everybody, so you can go learn all about her. And then if you're going to be meeting us in July, Lacole, I don't remember if you're coming July or if you were supposed to be coming for August, but if you're meeting us in July, then you'll see her there too. And we can all be Erykah Badu together. We're going to run Carol out the building. She'll be like, I went to the karaoke night. Oh, God. I'll just meet you at the interview. Oh, you coming for August? That's okay. We got recordings. We're going live, so you'll be good. I would make sure you get that footage. Okay. I did drop her website in the comments, everybody. Let me pin it real quick. And thank you so much, Carol. I appreciate you for coming on our platform today. Shout out to our Texas entrepreneurs. You know, Texas in the house.
Yes.
And thank you so much. Again, if you would like to come back, you're more than welcome to join us again at the Boss Babe Business Show. It's hosted every Thursday pretty much. And you can just go on to the same place where you, no. I think you probably got a direct. Okay,
I got a direct.
Okay, We'll send you a different link so that you can be able to come to any other shows that you'd like to. And if you want to talk about your book again, or if there's just another topic that you want to speak on, you're more than welcome to join us.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You have a wonderful rest of your night.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. It was nice meeting you.
Bye.
Bye, Texas friend. Okay, so we have another wonderful author coming on this evening. So far, every single interview has been wonderful, impactful, and I hope that if you're watching this, whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay, that you take at least one message and execute. Okay. Um, yes, I'm so excited. We got a Texas entrepreneur in the house. I get so used to interviewing people in different states. It's different, when they're like next door. Oh, thank you, Shelly. So let's bring on this next entrepreneur and author. This professional, I'm excited and curious to learn more about his story. From what I learned about him so far, he has performed. So he is a performer as well as an artist and an author. I'm going to go ahead and bring him on the show. And I saw his feedback in the back. So thank you. He said he's loving the queen energy in the interviews, giving him life, giving this young man life. So let's bring him on and let's learn all about him. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for your compliments. We appreciate you, AJ.
With all the respect for you, I got one issue for you. Now you got that song about Crystal in my head. Now it's playing in my head.
I was like, oh, what I do?
I was born in the early 80s, but I have my 90s guru, so I'm like, oh, she done messed up now.
You're going to be singing it all week. Crystal Waters is everything. I'm trying to tell you.
I love her now. Don't get me wrong.
Matter of fact, Conitra, we need to add that to the karaoke playlist because I'm going to need to put that on there. I don't know why I didn't already have it on there.
Yeah. Next time I go to karaoke.
Are you in Texas too?
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Chicago, Illinois.
Why would you get me excited like that? He said,
I'm sorry. But you know what? Texas is on my bucket list to this.
Okay, good. Because we are doing karaoke nights and we're probably going to make it a regular thing because I did one in Dallas. It's a business that is listed in our directory. He's a Black-owned apparel shop and it's a dispensary, but he also has apparel. So we did a karaoke night and it was like a hip hop karaoke night. And I got so much great feedback. So we're bringing it back again. So we're going to do it again. And when you're in Texas, let me know. Because I'm going to find the location.
I'm not mad at you. I was like, do she know that that's my weakness? No.
Crystal Waters, like I said, is everything. Y'all know I used to go into my mom's closet and I used to loyally find her big platform boots, those red velvet platform boots. And you know those hats that they had back in the day that had the fur on them? Yes, I used to take her wigs or whoever's wigs because she didn't really wear wigs, but whoever they were, I took them and I put that hat on with those platform boots and I was Crystal Waters. Nobody could tell me different.
I cannot unsee her video or when Kim Wayne's portrayed her on Living Color.
You know what I need to do? I have a picture so y'all can see exactly what I'm talking about. When I find it, I'm going to send it out to everybody. Yeah. No, my outfit though, it was like, it's so funny. I don't even know how my mom has all the pictures, but I'm gonna have to figure out. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna send it to y'all so y'all can see who Crystal Waters really was. Cause yeah. Okay. But thank you for your thank you for your compliments. I appreciate you. I'm glad that we have you on all the way from Chicago. And yes, we have a lot of Texas love in the house. So please, AJ, Antwon, can you introduce yourself and let us know about you?
Okay. My actual name is Antwon Johnson. I am from Chicago, Illinois. My performer name is AJ the Artist.
Okay.
I'm a spoken word artist. I am recently a published author now.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Now, I have wrote plays.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yes. And I wrote some plays. I have had them perform here in Chicago, but I never thought about being a published author until I was around some people that did. I'm like, and it hit me. All the poems I wrote, I have inventory. Let me get my. I have stories. Not paying attention to the fact that a lot of things I wrote, other people went through them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
About me, other people went through them. Like I knew for a fact a lot of people have this interview alone have lost parents.
Yeah.
And I personally never wanted to write about that. But a couple of times the Lord had to tell me write about it. I'm like, do I have to write this?
You know, it's like that when you have that feeling that something is on your heart, you know you have to get it out. Whether it's on paper, whether it's in a message, it's almost like you can't avoid it. You know,
Right,
when you're a creator or when you're someone that is out here making an impact. Because I've had moments like
right,
that too, where I'm like, ooh, I don't want to go there, but I got to say it. And you know, you just got to put it out there because your word is, it could be the difference between, struggling and just making it for somebody versus life or death for somebody. You just never
mhm.
know the impact that you have on people. So for you, you said you have tons of poetry that you've written that is relatable to other people. Are some of these pieces things that you went through in your personal life, or are they stories that other people told you?
Some of them I went through,
Mm-hmm.
maybe not exactly how it's written down,
Uh-huh.
but a lot of it is exactly how it's written down.
Okay.
But like it's relatable. Like me personally, I never like try to write about other people's stories
Mm-hmm.
unless they give me that permission to written permission or something like that. But that has not happened yet
Okay.
because other people's stories are their stories. But my stories, I'm learning that people can relate to.
Yeah. So what give me an example if you'd like to of maybe one of your poems or some of your work where it's something that you went through personally that inspired you to write the poem.
One of the poems I did not write about the perfect flower about my mom,
Okay.
and another poem that I wrote, the parent talk about both of my a conversation I had with both of my parents who are already deceased, but it was a dream I had. I'm
Oh wow.
like dreams. Normally, you're gonna remember vision snippets of it, but it's like write it down. I remember it all throughout the dream.
Hmm. So with these stories, both of them referring back to parents, what was the concept about the parent talk or the other one relating to your mother?
Uh, Both of them pretty much about a child lost about their parent and how they appreciate them.
Mm-hmm. So was it
And
you were saying that you appreciate how you appreciated your parents
yes,
after you, but this was after you lost them.
yes,
Okay, okay, I see. Oh, that is a really
and
beautiful
how
thing
they
to write
left
down.
things for me. Cause like
Yeah.
it's kind of ironic. Like with my dad, he died when I was 2.
Mhm.
But one thing about my dad is, even though I didn't get to know him too well, he always, for years, until after my mom died, he always used to come to me in my dream and tell
Mm,
me I had older siblings and tell me that encouraged me to keep on finishing school and listen to your mom. She may be a single mother, but listen to her. She raised you in the right area. She raised you in a certain area here in Chicago. Listen to her. Don't be the man on the streets.
mhm.
And even though he didn't necessarily have to tell me that, 'cause my mom, even though she was a single parent, just take my word, she can handle her own. That's all I'm gonna say right there.
That enough was said, 'cause that is exactly my story. You know, I was raised by a single mother, and there's definitely a lot of moments where I'm like, yeah, trust
She
me,
never
she's
had to go
good.
to jail for me.
Yeah,
She never had to bail me out. And thanks to her, why I came to Christ at the early age. That's all I'm gonna say right there.
that's that is beautiful. I mean, the appreciation too that you have, because I know for a lot of times for women, for mothers, there's a lot of stuff that you go through when you're a single parent. Not just
Mhm.
for mothers, but for dads too. When you're a single parent, it's easy for the child to look at you for the reason for anything that's not good. Like if something goes wrong or if you're not able to do something, you only have one parent to look at. You don't have both of
Right.
them to have that conversation with. So it's easy to, I won't say villainize them, but paint them in that picture of, oh, you won't let me do this or you won't let me do that. It's easy to do that as a child. And when we're young, you don't necessarily understand why they're doing what they're doing sometimes. So
Right.
I know that your mother definitely is proud of you, but I also know that it's probably motivation for other mothers who have children right now. And maybe they're still trying to navigate how to show them that I'm doing this because I love you and I don't want you to be a statistic or in a bad place. So
Right.
I love your appreciation for your mother because I definitely have. I share that too. So tell me about some of your hardest obstacles, like getting to this point where you published your book.
Like I said, um, a lot of my poems are already written, so it was
Mhm.
just me putting them all together. But then, as I was putting them together, I was getting my write down my author notes and the forward everything like that. But as I was looking at my other poems, I'm like, let me change this up a little bit. Let me be a little transparent and hey man, let me write another poem to put this in because it's
Mhm.
about love, prayer, and politics.
Mhm.
And all of it was, I'm not gonna say necessarily easy, but some things you could tell if I was angry,
Yeah.
you could tell if I was happy, or you could tell I was in the spiritual zone.
Mhm.
And this book in itself, I was able to be transparent because I'm not gonna say I never cuss or nothing like that, but naturally you won't hear me use the profanity unless I'm in character, like acting, or somebody has pushed that button.
Yeah. Relatable. No, I do love that. I kind of had a similar experience where I started writing about things, just writing about them poems because I just love poetry. So I used to have like a journal where I would write poetry every day. I would write something down in this poetry book, and I ran into Miss Lacole, and I thought to myself, now why haven't you published this book? Because a lot of people will say, "Oh, have you not decided what you're going to write about?" And I'm like, I got a whole journal just full of affirmations, quotes, poems. So I could at least have one book published. And then I came down to the point where I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to even simplify this to give myself no excuses to make it happen. I'm going to write 30 affirmations, one affirmation a day. And by the time I finish those 30, I'm going to publish my own book. And that's what I did. So every day I just wrote down one affirmation and then it became my book, which is Boss Affirmations. And it's something that, or Boss Babe Affirmations, but it kind of grew. So now I'll have one for different people. Like I have one for a Boss Babe, I have one for Boss Gentleman, I'll have one for the Boss Kids. So it started with, I already have the content. I just need to publish it and put it out there. And yeah, I don't know why I didn't do that sooner. Did you have that like moment where you were like, why didn't I do this sooner when you actually finished it?
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
did. I was trying to deny, like, no. You say you did. Don't deny it. You did.
So, okay, so you talked a little bit about what your books entail. Talk to me more about your spoken word performance. Like, so what do you go to the same place or you go to different locations?
I go to different locations now. In the
Okay.
past, when I first started doing spoken word, when I went to college, it was just college. But I love that platform. It
Hmm.
just kind of had to be a little restrictive because it was on campus and I couldn't be too political, whatnot, because I went to schools that I didn't quite agree with administration. And we all
Hmm.
know we don't agree with administration how that could turn out at times.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's
And
unfortunate.
I had to get out my feelings because a couple of times he thought I was getting scholarship, I had to come out of pocket. So I'm like, Antwon, don't mention that because you will have a whole tangent and you'll start a revolt in the school. And you know what happened to Nat Turner. So
Yeah, yeah, I understand that. And it's so silly that, we're in an environment where we don't encourage people to have their own voice and their own opinions. But it does feel sometimes like that, depending on
this
who
is in
you're.
the early 2000s. So
Mm,
even though we had more freedom then, just it was kind of iffy.
Yeah, yeah. No, I understand. I understand. Because I mean, I was gonna say depending on the education. Oh, thank you. Kanitra says she's loving the energy. So she's in the back. That was the back chat. But depending on, the educator, depending on the environment, the admins, who's in charge, a lot of times people set that tone. And if they're not encouraging a space where the students can come out and speak about what they're going through, then, it can be a little bit restrictive depending on what you're trying to express. So I understand that.
Now,
So,
go ahead. I'm
oh, go
sorry.
ahead. No. I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay. Now, I was able to express myself in different ways. Just I made sure I didn't go too far. But after I graduated from college or whatnot, I just started writing plays or doing about my plays. But I had stopped writing poetry for a while, and then COVID happened. So it was no point in me going to spoken words or anything like this. But then I watched American Got Talent, and lo and behold, this one contestant, first spoken word performer, Brandon Leak, won the gold buzzer. It was like the Lord smacked my face. Start back writing. And I started back writing like, it's COVID. They're not doing open mics nowhere. So I'm like, I just started looking. I found the spot on the west side of Chicago. I'm like, okay, I'll go. And the place at ease on the west side of Chicago, the location looked like a place that used to be around my old neighborhood, George's Music Room. I'm like, that's what inspired me. You must be from North Lawndale. I'm like, yes, I am. And that spot encouraged me to start doing open mic, start doing spoken word. Then he came out with a book, and other people there came out with books. I'm like, I should write a book. Then I'm like, wait a minute, I got inventory. I can make my stuff into a book. Like, look, this poem, this goes this category, this goes. Oh wow! I literally got 3 categories and all these.
Wow.
Let's do this.
Yeah. I had a question when you talked about, but I lost it. It was okay. So you talked about how you went. Oh, I was going to ask you, have you ever done a virtual open mic? Have you ever done that before?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Ironically, later on tonight, I'll do a virtual open mic on Instagram with Catch These Vibes.
Okay. Let me drop is it gonna be on your page? Y'all are collaborating, or it'll be on their page?
Yes.
Okay. Which so I should share your page to everybody?
Yes.
Okay, let me do that. Yes. Excuse me. So I'm gonna drop a direct link. Give me 1 second. There it is. What time is it gonna be starting?
I have to remember his time, so I would say about after 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock Central Time.
Okay, 10 o'clock Central Time. Okay, nice. All right.
I have to remember I've talked to 2 people in different locations. I have to say my time. So
yeah, I know, I understand. Okay, so this is the virtual spoken word. I'm gonna make sure I stop on by. Let me see, because I think I had a few. What was it? I had a little bit of work tonight, but I was supposed to be just doing office work, so I'll probably just be listening while I'm working.
Okay.
And anyone else that wants to join, let me drop his link in the comments. I love listening to performances.
And also, spoken word is very therapeutic for me. I love to listen to it, but it seems like it does something even more to myself when I perform.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that right before I started back doing spoken word, I started seeing a therapist. Yes, I'm a Black male that see a therapist. I mean, to be honest with you, a lot of men, period, are known not to go to therapy.
Yeah.
Not all, but a lot of them.
A lot. No.
But it hit me. I started going after I lost my grandfather, who was also my bishop, in 2019.
Oh, wow.
And I talked to one of my god brothers. I reached out to him, I should say. He was like, bro, you can always reach out to me. I'm always here for you to talk to. But in case you don't get in touch with me, I'm gonna give you this number. It's to a therapist.
Mhm.
Contact them. Bro, I highly recommend you talk to them first. I'm like, you know what? I'll do it. And not talk to the therapist. I had let out 34 years of unnecessary guilt that I had
Wow.
myself.
You got another author in the comments, Devron. He said, I see one too, brother. This is a powerful conversation. And you are so right. Like, there are a lot of men that don't want to go to therapy. There are a lot of Black men, because in our community, you know, you hear therapy, they're like, oh, what's wrong with you? You know, it has to be something to where it's like, when you go to therapy, that means there's something really, really bad. But we never look at it like that's something positive. I want to go to therapy because I want to heal. I want to elevate. I want to get to a better space. That should be something that we're congratulating people on taking that initiative. And then therapy, when people don't get therapy, they miss out on really beautiful experiences in life because they don't see how their trauma has them looking through glasses that are fogged. And you can't really clear that up until you understand it. But I feel like there's a shame, there's a guilt about therapy, which makes people feel a little scared. It's taboo. And I personally myself, I've had to let go of relationships or change the dynamics of friendships because I saw that I was talking to somebody that didn't want to get therapy and I saw how it would affect me. I even had a relationship where I really, really cared about someone and I said, I think that therapy might be the route that you want to take. And they didn't believe in therapy. Because in our culture, you know, what do I need therapy for? I don't need therapy. And their words, you know, Black men don't get therapy. Black men don't need therapy. And it was in that moment that I was like, well, you know, we could be friends. Well, baby, you're going to need to be getting some therapy up in here. We're going to be more than friends because some stuff, it didn't have to be the social acceptance of therapy or the socially accepted therapy. There's many forms of therapy and healing. We have counseling, you have therapy, you have psychologists, you have psychiatrists, you have so many different ways you can get your healing. But the courage to go and do it is what separates people who stay in that miserable space versus people who will release the things that are really holding them down emotionally. Because for you, you said 34 years of guilt. Wow.
From
That's
2 to 36. That's a lot. And
Yeah.
like people, well, I know my mom told me I was born angry, but holding on to guilt don't help anger.
No, she did not tell you were born angry.
I think she was joking but serious at the same time.
Oh, yeah, she probably was. I cannot. She said you're born angry. Oh, my goodness.
Reason why? Because her and my grandma told me I came to the world with anger look on my face.
Like
But
you had a frown.
yeah, and like I don't know why it was up to the age of 23. I was very goofy, but then I smile too often. I'm like, how am I goofy but don't smile? Who does that?
They say those are the most warming people, the ones that they have that look on their face like they in the zone.
But
You know, they kind
I
of keep
know
to
certain
themselves.
parts of my father's side. I'm like, oh, I get it from this side. Okay, that's understandable. Okay, that
Wow.
makes sense. Okay,
So,
but also,
oh no, no,
and
go ahead. I'm loving
also,
it. I just had so many questions, but go ahead.
but I'm glad and to talk to my therapist. She like, you still go to smoke open mic? Yes, I do. She's like, keep on with those, because that's why I just want to talk to you. I would not known you had anger issues, but I'm like, because I got better over the years. And
That's
it's
growth.
fortunate I started going to therapy. When I lost my grandfather, that was the last grandparent I had.
Mm.
And not only he was my last grandparent, he was my spiritual father.
Mhm.
And I had just lost a grandmother a few months ago. Not long ago, I lost her. He had told me, you always have me. But then like the next Sunday, he started getting sick.
Mm,
And I saw that death had marked him. I'm like, are you serious?
yeah, because it just feels like it's one thing after another. They say when it rains, it pours. That's what it feels like in life sometimes. It's like right when one thing hits you, here come a million other things just piling up. Okay, you lost this person. Well, guess what? You have news here. Well, guess what? You have to cancel this. It's just so much. And then Carol just said, I found out in therapy that my go-to emotions were fear and sadness that ended up as anger.
Mm.
And yeah, that's relatable. That's very relatable. I think it's important to understand where your emotions stem from, because oftentimes people, they will just see anger and they'll think, why am I always angry? No, you're disappointed. You're sad. You've gone through something. You've been let down. You're scared, like you said, fear, and that translates into being angry because you can't control these things sometimes, the fear that you have or being let down. You can't control how other people act. You can only control yourself. And so that anger is that way we take control in a sense for some people.
Right.
I think for me, it was, I don't know, the best way maybe to explain it is like a self-inflicted um, form of expression, because there were moments where I really could have communicated better or I could have closed a chapter sooner. But because I
Right.
was trying to be understanding, trying to be
Mhm.
loving, trying to be open-minded, I ended up going too far with something and realizing all this stress that I've gone through. And now I'm angry. It's a buildup. So it was
Right.
a little self-inflicted to an extent, because I'm never going to say that someone else's actions have anything to do with mine. And look, if you're
Right.
trifling, you're trifling. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But look, I'm
I
not going to
love
take that.
you.
Thank you. I will take a lot of accountability, but I will not take accountability for other people's nonsense. And so I did take accountability for the fact that I didn't voice myself quick enough, or maybe there was something that I saw, but I wasn't sure. I didn't trust myself when I saw it the first time. That's really what it was. It wasn't, some people will say, well, why didn't you leave? Or why didn't you listen I didn't trust myself. I thought maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe this isn't as big as I'm making it seem. Maybe this isn't important. Maybe it's something that I need to just let go of. But then once I started to realize that every time I had that maybe feeling in the back of my mind, later on, I realized I was right the whole time. And I should have left, or I should have said no, or I should have cut this off. I started to trust myself, and it became less of a question. So that was something that I discovered about myself. But I did want to ask you. So
Okay.
after you got through, going through therapy, did you ever have moments where you expressed that to other people around you and they didn't understand and you had to?
Yes.
Mhm.
Now, after I first went to therapy, after I'll say a month or two, I was teaching. I was not teaching, but I didn't teach that Sunday. I was like, we was on the subject at Sunday school, and I had said like people don't understand. People balled up things, they don't even know it. Like I had 34 years of guilt of my dad's stuff, and I know I didn't. I'm two, so I didn't have nothing to do with it. It wasn't even. I was on the west side of Chicago. He was on the south side,
Yeah.
and
Thank you, Carol. I'm sorry. Have a good night. Thank you so much for joining. She's in the back chat, so y'all couldn't see her. She said good night,
okay,
everyone.
okay, yeah. I'm up here looking around. I know a Carol. I'm like, what she doing?
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I'm like, what is
You're
it?
like, Carol, how you get in this chat? Oh my God, that
I'm
is too
like,
funny. No,
I'm up
I'm
here
sorry.
thinking. I'm like, is she not
No,
the
Bailey treasures Carol. Bailey treasures Carol, not AJ's Carol. I'm so sorry about that.
That's
Listen,
okay. No,
but
I got
no. So
chat.
you said you were struggling with, or you had people that didn't understand sometimes when you were talking about you going through
A lot of
therapy.
people did not know because I was a real, I had every right to be a real private person.
Mm-hmm.
Because like a lot of times, you know those people that can't hold water or take something they know and just spread it and use it against you later on. And I'm like,
Yes.
oh. And so I've seen how people did some loved ones of mine while they was alive. I'm like, no, like you could have told me. No, I couldn't. And get mad
Yeah.
and I tell them I couldn't. I'm like, oh, I could.
Yeah. I couldn't have, because you didn't create a space where it was safe for me to have that conversation. So yeah, no, I understand exactly. And you make a really great point too. Getting healing does not have to be it doesn't have to be a group conversation. If you want to talk to some people, you can, but you don't have to share with everybody. And oftentimes people make you feel like you got to have a group announcement. Hey, everyone, I'm healing. Hey, everyone, I'm getting therapy. When in reality, that is your journey, and you don't have to be validated by anybody externally for that. So that's a really good point. Um, so let's get, I know because you have your spoken word, so I don't want to keep you forever, but I did want to ask you if you want to
Oh,
just
I
share a
got
little.
time. Trust me, I got time.
Okay. Because I'm like, look, I'm not trying to keep you too late because 10 p.m. Central Time, that's like
I
in
said
30
after
minutes.
10. I said after
Oh,
10 o'clock.
after 10. Okay,
Okay.
good.
That's what I said. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yeah, okay, good. So I wanted to ask you to share a little bit more in depth about your books, some of the stuff that you've already published, just in case someone might want to check you out.
Can I put a link in?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And then I'll copy and paste it. By the way, I put his Instagram. Devon said loose lips sinks all the time.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute.
Let me see. Okay. Oh, thank you. This is his Amazon link to his book. Hold on 1 second.
It's available on paperback and ebook.
Okay, there we go. Boom. Just posted that. Let me pin it to the top so everybody can see it. But it says Amazon book on it. If you're on Facebook, you should see the same link too. Hold on. Okay. Thank you very much. And then let me pull it up myself. Hold on. Okay, I see it. AJ Thoughts and Dreams, Poems of Love, Faith, and Power by Antwon Johnson. And a powerful collection of poems exploring love, faith, truth, and self-discovery. AJ shares raw and redemptive reflections drawn from real experiences, merging spoken word rhythm with spiritual depth. That's beautiful. And I like the fact that you talk about different parts, like you're talking about love, faith, self-discovery, which is a huge one for healing. So that is awesome. All right. So I want to ask you, I have two more questions. The first question is, what has been one of the hardest obstacles that you've had to overcome as a creator in general, not just a writer?
The hardest part that I consider myself overcoming is knowing the right people to network with.
Okay.
And again, this come from somebody who grew up not trusting too many people. And like growing up, I'm just surprised that people used to want to be friends with me. That was so like, I don't like people. But after I started working in corporate America, I learned I had to work with different people. But just start learning who to trust. But as I got deep I was just spiritual since 13. But I started asking to guide me to the right people as I started doing my business or whatnot and working with different people, like my god brother who helped me with my open mic. Oh, and side note, 2 months ago, I started hosting my own open mics.
Okay. Congratulations. Are you doing them in person, virtual, or both?
Well, I'm doing it in person.
Okay.
But the people have the option of attending virtually.
Okay.
Zoom.
Okay. Nice. All right.
Now,
So we'll make sure. Oh, go ahead. What were you going to say?
now, soon me and my business partner, we was talking about having a virtual options because sometimes I love Instagram. Sometimes Instagram have be allowing technology to technology. And Facebook too. So
Yeah.
no, I was trying to say that I want technology going in on me and nothing like that. But I was trying to
Yeah.
say because anything man made to have
Yeah.
issues.
And then if it's their platform, they have that ability to say, oh, we don't like this, we'll take it down, or oh, you got to change this wording. So I understand that too. That's something that I'm working on myself, is creating platforms off of social media, because social media is great and it helps you to socialize and let people know about you, but you still want to have that freedom as a creator or as an entrepreneur to post what you want to post or to talk about the conversations that are really important to you without getting a notification that says your post has been removed, for sensitivity of, and then when you look at it, it's something small, because the stuff that I see on my Facebook feed that I have had to delete and block, I'm like, how did this even get through the feed? Y'all approve these photos and stuff. But then, when you say certain words, they're very sensitive to that. So I do understand that. And I'm going to follow you on Instagram so that I can make sure to stay tuned.
I remember I had made a quote from Lean On Me when Morgan Freeman was talking to the boy, tell him to jump. I had got ridiculed by Facebook. Wait a minute, this is a quote. This not even me. I didn't even use profanity. I see, like you said, I see people you doing way worse. I'm like, are you serious?
Way worse. I'm just trying to talk about my small businesses. I'm just trying to tell somebody about a free session, and I see somebody just shaking their whole life away on me. I'm like, what is going on? So no.
I remember my god brother. I'm like, I didn't see him on Facebook. I knew something was wrong. Like, what happened? He like, I was banned. How was you banned? So I had you. Wait a minute. I'm not even banned. You nicer than I am. Wait a minute.
It's a sensitivity, but I said it was frustrating at one point. I was irritated by it because I'm like, okay, I'm trying to post my stuff. I'm trying to promote my business. But then I said, you know what? I'm going to accept that the platform is like this sometimes. And I'm just going to go focus on building my own.
I don't mean to correct you. Selective sensitivity. I'm a track record. Selective.
You are accurate.
Hey, come on,
selective. They focus on what they feel like needs to be taken down.
About overthrowing the government, like what?
It can be disheartening too, because for a lot of creators, where only social media is their only place where they promote their business, to wake up and see that you got your whole page removed. Like I just recently had my page removed. I had over almost 2,000 followers on Facebook on my business page, and it was just gone, taken away. And there were like little warnings about things, but they weren't clear on what it was. So I'm trying to understand, what is it that caused you to take this down? And it was so, it can be disheartening. But one piece of advice that I would give to any entrepreneurs, authors, creators is go ahead and get you at least probably 3 or 4 platforms. You don't have to be on all of them at the same time. But like, I have a Google business page. I got one as soon as I started having issues with Facebook. I have a YouTube page. Now I can do my videos on YouTube if Facebook is ever having problems. I have my Facebook and my Instagram, and then I have my website. My website, people can go and get everything from there, because it definitely was frustrating. And I mean, for me, I was irritated for a moment, but because I had all these backup options, I was like, whew, we good. I'll just make a new business page and we'll keep it moving. But
I'm getting there.
Yeah, because
I
I've
have
seen
my personal
entrepreneurs
Facebook page, and I have my AJ the Artist Facebook page, and I have AJ the Artist Instagram page. I have Inspiring Minds Instagram page.
Okay, so good.
I'm getting there. So I'm building and working on my website now.
Okay.
So.
Good, because yeah, it definitely feels good when, if something goes wrong with one of them, you still have those other backup ones. Because there's a few people I've experienced where that was their only platform, and then they lost the entire platform. Like there was
I do have a company YouTube page too.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Did you what's your YouTube channel name? Do you remember it?
Hold on. I want to say. Oh wait, I just look on my phone. Duh.
Let me see.
It is. Come on. Oh. My company, Inspiring Minds LLC.
Okay.
I'll type it up for you.
Oh, thank you so much. Let's see.
It's a real.
Okay. Okay.
We
Got
gonna
it.
start posting stuff soon.
Okay, I'm gonna drop that. So that everybody can check that out.
Mhm.
YouTube channel, and I'll make sure to follow too. Hold on. Okay, so now that I feel like we've got to learn a little bit more about you. We know where we can get your book. I want to ask you: is there any message that you would like to leave with our viewers tonight?
I would say this, since I was guilty of this once upon a time, I try to be way better.
Hmm.
Don't ever limit yourself, especially if you serve a limitless God.
Mm,
Because a
that's a
lot of
quote.
times, we as people, not no color either, just in general, limit ourselves and don't recognize, don't pay attention to gifts we already have.
Mm,
Because
very
I
true.
never thought I would be an author. And I just want to not did do my plays. I wanted to be not mainstream. I'm like, I could be mainstream. And who encouraged me to aim high? When you opened up his studio, Tyler Perry.
Mm, yeah, yeah. Oprah was one of the people that I looked at, and I was inspired by just how many different platforms she was able to build for other people.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I definitely can relate to that too. And Tyler Perry, he has so many different types of films. Like he has spiritual films, he has entertainment, he has um horror or mystery. It's just there's so much. So you're right. Like you can't limit yourself, because the moment you start limiting yourself is the moment that you pull yourself away from what you truly want to do, what your calling is. So you just have to
Hallelujah.
step into it.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I could help.
Not
I could help.
hallelujah.
I could help.
Not hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I cannot. I love your energy. But no, you're right
Okay,
though.
I am a Capricorn too. I got some goofiness in me.
What month is Capricorn?
Like December 22nd to
Okay.
January. Yeah. December
Okay,
7th.
okay. I'm a
I share
Cancer.
this. I'm sharing the same birthday as they be polite. So it's me, his fans that's around. One of the people that play for the Lakers.
Who was that?
LeBron James.
Oh,
Now, I'll
you
try.
said let me be polite just in case his fans are around. I got me.
I have a certain thing.
Oh.
Like, you know what? No, I ain't gonna say. No, I'm not gonna blast nobody. I don't want no smoke.
And they say for every sign, there's like there's different personalities within that sign. For example, they say like with the Virgo, you have a Virgo that's in September, and then you have the Virgo that's in August. Some personality traits are a little bit different. That's what they say.
It's
Oh,
kind
you
of
have another
true,
person.
depending on the person, though.
Wait, Devon, are you oh, you're just telling us the dates. You're not a Capricorn, right?
Oh, okay. I was wrong. December
Yeah, I
26th.
was looking. Are you a Capricorn? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, I'm a Cancer. I'm right on the edge of Cancer and Leo. Sometimes people will be like, "You're a Leo," but no, I'm not. I'm still Cancer. So
Fortunately for me, I get along with all signs. Now, I do. Now, there's certain people that's just their personality. Can't look what they saying.
right? Look, that's exactly what I say. I'm like, look, I like people. Sometimes their signs match and sometimes they don't. But January 14th, okay. Oh, so you are a Capricorn. Wow. That's pretty
Welcome, my
cool.
brother. Wait, who was it? Who was it?
It was Devon.
Okay, then I was right. Okay, I had to make sure I was. I saw a guy name. I had to make sure. I don't want no smoke. This is my
You had to make sure it
personality.
was a brother. Oh my goodness. That's so funny. So Capricorn, what are the other characteristics that they say about Capricorns? I'm curious.
You know what? I'll say this. We are workaholics.
Mm.
I got a little better with it. Where my body let me know I need to lay down or sit down when I need to. And
Mm-hmm.
we are some of the most loving people, but once we lose that trust,
Mm.
once we cut you off, we like a boat. You in, you out, you out.
Like how the parents used to say when we were young, go inside or come outside. One of the two.
Oh, you took it way back with me.
I'm old school. I'm a little old soul, so
That's okay. But I was one of those
mm-hmm.
children that had to be in the house by the time the street lights come on.
That was me.
I
That
didn't
was
like
me.
that rule doing daylight saving time though, because the street lights came down, we were still bright outside.
He said reclaiming my time.
I mean, I just say that because like I was the only male in my household, so I had no voice in the house.
Oh, okay, yeah, yep. My so I have a little brother, and he's my only brother. Well, my only brother on my mother's side that I grew up with. So he's always been used to having a whole bunch of women around him. Um, we love on him, but I'm like, how did you make it alive with all of these women?
Well, I would say this: my baby sister, my mama, I
Mhm.
love both of them. They humbled me for the best. I
Yeah,
have to understand. I'm like, okay, that's what's going on. Okay, then. Okay,
but
so talk to me. Okay.
I'm I'm sure they probably had, because at least for me, I can only speak from my experience. But my mother being a single mother, me growing up with my younger brother, you just really want the best for them. And then also, it's a different experience having like a younger brother because I love him so much. I think about some of the things that happen in this world and this society, and it makes me nervous for him. Being turning into a black man. And so those are some of the things that kind of motivate the way you might be a little harder on them or strict because you just really want the best for them. You don't want them to be in any bad position in this
Mm,
world.
right.
So yeah, so I can imagine. I know they probably made sure you were in that house when those street lights before the street lights came
Well,
on.
my mom, my sister was the baby.
Oh, okay, okay. So your
Yeah.
sister was she was still cruising.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say what she did. I'm gonna say she was the baby. That's it.
But no, I'm from the
I
same
gotta
era.
see. I gotta see her soon. So I'm not gonna.
He said, just in case she stops by this interview, I will not repeat anything that I can't repeat when I see her.
Right. I'm not gonna throw her under the bus either. I'm not gonna do that.
Look, right? Thank you, Charlie. But
Even
yeah,
though I'm the
so
oldest, but still though.
oh yeah. But no, I was from that era too. Gotta be home by a certain time. Didn't go to everybody's house, couldn't go to everybody's house. Um, just a lot of things that were different back then. But some of them I do appreciate and I practice in my adulthood now. Like
Mhm.
one of them for sure was getting away from technology. I never really wanted to be on technology like that. Anyways, we didn't have like cell phones to be staring at as kids. But as an adult, even though it's so easy to stare at it and be on it, I still go back to those moments where I'm not on technology, no computers, no phones, no nothing, and just appreciate life, you know? So there's a lot of stuff I appreciate about that upbringing.
I wish I could still be like that, but unfortunately, like the things I have to work with, I have to be
Mhm.
on technology. But
Yeah.
I've had my moments where if I'm resting, like nope.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. That's the same for me. I mean, because I'm a social media manager. Um,
Yeah.
on top of that, I'm always doing stuff online. So there's moments where I'm like, ooh, I'm tired of seeing all this stuff on this feed. I just want to get off here, but I gotta get on because I gotta do my work. Um, but having that balance, like you said, when I'm resting, I'm resting. When I'm off,
Mhm.
I'm off. And then sticking to it helps so much mentally because there are studies right now that people are sharing where being on technology excessively can affect your mood, and it correlates back to your mood and your productivity, your brain productivity. So I try to have that balance, even though it can be hard. because everything's connected to a phone now. Everything's connected to technology.
Yeah.
So where we're in now. But I did want to say, I really appreciate you coming on this evening. I had such a great time talking to you. Yes. Love to Chicago. It was nice having you on. I think it's been a while since I've interviewed someone in Chicago.
Oh,
So
shucks. Wait, hold on
yeah.
just a moment. Get me right here. Hold on, you got me right here.
So thank you for coming on and
Thank
refreshing
you.
us. And I look forward to watching your spoken word tonight. And did you want to share any last thing with the audience?
Oh yes. Everybody, you can follow me. You can follow me on Facebook, Antwon Johnson, or AJ the artist, or Instagram, AJ_the_artist, or
Okay.
my company, Inspiring Minds LLC.
Okay. Just pinned it to the top. And that is for your books, your spoken word performances. Are there any other services that you provide on there as well?
Not that I could think of right. Oh yes, but just follow me on my. But you are just posting on my social media.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. I did drop his YouTube, Inspiring Minds LLC. His Instagram I already shared, but I'll repeat one more time. AJ_the_artist. I'm dropping the link in the comments once more for Facebook viewers. And there you have it. Thank you, AJ. It was wonderful talking to you.
Very welcome.
I'm gonna stop stealing you away so you can go and do your spoken word, and I'm gonna
I
watch.
said I got time. I said I got time.
I know. But I gotta give you a moment to rest and prep, and I'm gonna be on Instagram watching. So I look forward to this.
Okay then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye bye. Have a great night.
Bye. You too now.
So another wonderful interview. I had such a great time talking to everybody, and the comments, y'all are amazing. Just loving the encouragement, as well as the conversations that we have been having. Um, I would like to briefly just shout out all of our wonderful sponsors of our show, and also congratulate all of the entrepreneurs that are on the live this evening. So congratulations, AJ, on publishing your books, completing your spoken word, and continuing on your pathway to healing and just growth. Congratulations to Carol for publishing your book and completing something that you said you wanted to do years ago at the age of like 13 that you started out doing. Um, Congratulations to Conitra on your previous fashion show, as well as your new inventory that you received. Congrats to Devron. We see you working hard behind the scenes. Excuse me, not just exploring authorship, but also exploring AI, technology, business growth, as well as health. So, congratulations on that. And then, congratulations to Lacole. I'll say a huge congratulations to you on your success rate, as well as the revamping of your community, um, revamping your course. That's wonderful. Um, Congratulations to Shelly on your healing journey. We're so glad that you're starting to feel better. And we can't wait to have you on. Take your time, but we can't wait to have you on for the show. And let's see. Did I get everyone? Congratulations to Charlie on your YouTube channel, because I've been watching your YouTubes and they are amazing. Charlie does custom gift baskets, just so y'all know. Um, I think I got everyone, but if there's anybody that I missed, just let me know in the comments. And now that I've shared all of that, let's just briefly run through the sponsors of this show so that everybody can see who is a part of sponsoring the Boss Babe Business Show. So the first sponsor that I want to shout out is actually Charlie's business. That is Charlie Shops, Deals, and Custom Gift Baskets. Text 757-842-0556. She does gift baskets for holidays, birthdays, parties, couples, you name it. Next, I would like to shout out our other sponsor, Shelly, Bling with Shell. She provides women and men's jewelry. You can head on over to paparazziaccessories.com/bling with Shell, or you can use this QR code that's attached and screenshot this. The next person that I want to shout out is going to be travelwithmj.net. We do the heavy lifting so you can travel light. Another wonderful member of our directory that also sponsored the show. And her advertisement will be on for the rest of the year. She has more than one business, so she does traveling, but also she can assist you with custom items. So if you're looking for custom t-shirts, business swag, apparel, custom apparel, seasonal apparel, anything with your logo on it, or just with designs that you want attached to it, you can head on over to MJ's Tees and CustomDesigns.com, or you can text them at 229-234-2741. Again, that is 229-234-2741. Shout out to MJ's Tees and Custom Designs. And you can use my coupon code KBOSS, KBOSS, all caps. And you can get $10 off when you spend, I think it's $40 or more at their shop. All right. Next, we are moving on to our next sponsor, and that is that was my drum roll, y'all. Hand to Hand Retail and More. So this is a brand that found Boss Babe blog. I think they found us on social media, and they decided to sponsor our show. So I truly appreciate you guys. Hand to Hand Retail and More. It says out of our hands into yours. Unbeatable, affordable prices on furniture and appliances. Fast delivery. Their address is 6062 Meadowbrook Drive, Suite D, Fort Worth, 76112. So thank you, Hand to Hand Retail and More. We appreciate your sponsorship. The next sponsor that we have is going to be the Premier Group, Business Consulting and Financial Strategy. So this brand, again, I believe found us on social media. They do business startup consulting, personal credit repair, business credit and funding strategy, financial strategy and structuring, operations and compliance consulting, strategic mentorship, bookkeeping services, and wealth protection. You can text 205-790-5759. Let's see. The next sponsor that we're going to go ahead and shout out is Jenkins Pro Tax Software. So limited time offer, you can save big on professional tax software with an exclusive deal. If you are someone that does taxes and you're looking for a tax software that is reliable, easy to use, then you can go to Jenkins Pro Tax Software. And the phone number is 615-796-6050. That's the phone number. All right. And then the next brand that we're shouting out is a DFW-based Texas hair braider, EliteHair.net. They're also a vendor at our previous Soft Girl Sunday event. So check them out if you're needing to get your hair done, you want some braids done, and you're in the DFW area. All right. And then next we have JC Fashion Finds Boutique, style that fits your everyday and your standout moments. So JC Fashion Finds is a boutique that provides women's apparel and accessories. They are based out of New Jersey, and they're also a member of our directory. So they sponsored and supported many of our events. They're truly amazing. But I just wanted to shout out the fact that they do also have a program where you can donate $5 and they put it towards giving free work clothes to women in need that are trying to get a job. So they have, here's the thing about this brand. They have women's apparel, but they also have pre-loved women's apparel. So the owner, she has a passion for fashion and style. And so she has pre-loved items that she found herself, or that maybe they were hers and she just never really used them. And she has a pre-loved collection. So that collection usually trends from around $5 to $10. And so when people donate to the JC Change program, she uses that plus what she already has to send out free work clothes for women in need or entrepreneurs that need some new clothes and don't necessarily have the funding to get that. So that is the JC Change program. The next sponsor that I want to shout out is She Cute Boutique. So SheCuteBoutique.com is another business that is listed in our directory, and they are amazing women's apparel and accessories. And they are based in Texas, but they service nationwide. So if you have that special woman that in your life that you want to get something nice for, check out SheCuteBoutique.com. All right, let's see who else. Did I get everybody? No, I did not. We have another sponsor. Heartstrings Collective, crafting a safe space for artists, one resource at a time. So the Heartstrings Collective said, it is our mission to provide artists with access to mentorship, education, professional development, and community connections that help them build sustainable creative careers. Their website is www.heartstringscollective.incorp.org. Their email, team@heartstringscollective.incorp.org. And you can screenshot this if you need to. But check them out. I think they probably found us on social media and just decided to sponsor our show. So shout out to them. Thank you so much, Heartstrings Collective. We truly appreciate you. And last but never least, we have Bling with Shell. And this is Shelly. She was actually on our live earlier. Bling with Shell is amazing. She has donated accessories to our events. I mean, she's absolutely outstanding. So if you're someone that is looking for jewelry, men's or women's jewelry, you can go straight to her website. You can also screenshot and check her out. But shout out to you, Shelly. We appreciate you. We love you. And we thank you so much for all of the support that you provided, because to see the smile on the women's faces at our Soft Girl Sundays, it truly was priceless. So yeah, there you have it. Those are all of our wonderful sponsors. If you had a great time at our show, make sure you meet us again at the Boss Babe Business Show. Briefly show off a couple more items. So we got Chasing Purpose. This is Dervon's book, a 5-star book. Chasing Purpose is a really great book. I actually have a copy myself. Let's see what else we got over here for y'all. We got our Boss Babe blog backpack that we just published on our website. All proceeds go towards our events and shopping with small businesses. If you would like to be interviewed, you can go to lacolesmith.com. She's providing complimentary interviews to entrepreneurs, authors, and it's a 10-minute interview, but trust me, you will have all the time that you need to get into everything that you want. And then let's see. 10 minutes is a long time. I know it doesn't sound like it, but it really is. We got new products coming from Bella Boutique, another business listed in our directory. Check them out at bellaboutique.com. And then last but never least, we have Conitra's brand that we talked about earlier, where you can shop, spend $65 or more, and you're going to get 2 free anklets. Thank you all so much for watching the show. I truly appreciate you, and I'm glad we were able to have some really meaningful conversations. We laugh on our shows, you know, we cut up, we have fun, but then we also stop and pause and talk about some of the big takeaways. So tonight, I would have to say my biggest takeaway from Lacole's interview is about the importance of really taking care of yourself versus trying to meet a certain appearance. She was so focused on trying to meet a certain appearance so that other people thought she was okay, when internally she wasn't doing okay. So being able to ask for help and having that courage. The next interview was with Conitra, and I would say my biggest takeaway from Conitra's interview is don't allow negative internal thoughts or other people's negativity to make you stop what you love doing and to stop you from achieving what you know you're meant to do. Go continue to pursue your calling. Don't allow insecure people to block your ability to achieve. And then I would say my biggest takeaway from Carol's interview is going to be listen to your inner child. Listen to your inner child. Listen to those inner thoughts that are telling you that you should do something. Complete those tasks that you never thought you could complete, or those things that you thought about doing and you just kind of set them to the side. Definitely. And then I would say my biggest takeaway from Antwon's interview, aka AJ, it would probably have to be seeking that healing, and giving yourself that credit, because he talked about how he already had, you know, the books. He already had the content. He just didn't publish the book. And then also the importance of health. I mean, we talked about a lot of different things, but one of them that stuck with me was the mental health factor. Like, don't be afraid to get that help, whether it's through therapists, counseling, because at the end of the day, you go to sleep at night with yourself. So you have to make sure that every decision that you make feels good, because that's who you're going to have to speak to. And when you feel good internally, you're not looking for external things to validate you. So wonderful interviews. Thank you, everyone that stayed on. We had a great show tonight. It was 3 hours. We went way over. But that's what happens sometimes when we're just having a good time and, you know, having great connections. Thank you so much. You all have a wonderful night, and I'll see you guys again soon at the Boss Babe Business Show. Bye-bye.